You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog. Woo, woo. My name is Kinsey. I am your host, and joining me today, we have a fun group of guys, so I cannot wait to get into it. One of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media, and the man who's never lost a debate, Skip Bayless. Our Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib Talib. The king of quarterback breakdowns and top 5 passer in the history of USC Trojans, Cody Kessler. Yeah. And man, I'm so excited to be having crossing over from the basketball show because let me tell you, this guy actually knows football.
He does.
My guy, Kenyon Martin.
Yes.
What's that?
How are you feeling today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm
so
stoked about being
did
here.
you play football at all?
Up to my sophomore year in high school.
Okay. And you played what position at your height?
Tight end and defensive end.
Okay.
Only right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only right.
Hey, we get down in the red zone.
4'6", 40 at 6'6".
You probably could have went first round at the end, though, for real, if you wanted to.
The aggression, I
mean, that's like the
played,
easiest position in football, for real.
Long reach.
I think so.
People, I used to grab, you come around that corner, I reach
Come here.
this reach.
Hey, come here.
Back of your jersey.
Nah, I'm telling you, if my kid gonna be 6'2.5", 6'3", or higher, DN, edge, edge. I'm teaching you to play edge.
Yeah.
But I have known a lot of basketball players who would not take the physicality of pro football, and I think you would have been dishing as much as you've been taking.
Yeah,
right?
I played basketball like it was.
Like it was.
It was a contact sport.
Yeah.
Right? I played it like it's a contact sport.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind the physicality of it. So
Yeah, see, I would have been in the coach's office, so begging for him to be on offense at tight end so we could use him down in the red zone.
I'm telling
So true.
Play both ways, baby.
All right, guys, we got a packed show, so let's get into it. We've been diving deep on topics, so I really hope we're going to get to one topic at the end, which is about the Niners. But we'll see, because we got some really juicy stuff. One is that top Browns reporter says Deshaun Watson has inside track to Browns starting QB. We know this is going to start a little fight in the arena today. And then George Pickens signed his franchise tender this week, so is this finally headed in a good direction? We'll find out. And we debate what's going to happen with the Steelers at quarterback. We still do not have answers there. But as always, you guys, this episode is presented by Underdog. Underdog is available in most states, including Texas, California, and Florida. New customers get $50 in bonus entries when they play just $5 to get started. Just use code GRID when you sign up, and it's going to load instantly. Underdog, make picks, win money with code GRID. So listen, I know this is the football show, but I do have Kenyon on today, and so I got to steal him. We got to talk a little basketball because we're in the middle of the playoffs right now, and things are really chaotic. The Knicks literally had a 50-point lead at half yesterday, and then the Nuggets lost to the Timberwolves without 2 of their best players. A lot going on. So Kenyon, what was the biggest takeaway from last night?
My Nuggets going home.
Oh.
Man.
I'm a big Nikola guy.
Yeah.
But they didn't deserve to win. They didn't play like they wanted to win. Bad turnovers, offensive rebounds, letting guys who haven't played, coach over there, he has to dust guys off that hadn't played yet. Shannon come in and give you guys hell. You're not supposed to lose that game. Not to that team without 2 of their better players. It was a very interesting night with the Knicks winning the way they did in that fashion. Never seen it. When I clicked on the game, Hawks had 17 points. And it was like 49-17. I'm like, it has to be a glitch. It has to be a glitch going on right now, right? But,
people in the crowd look so sad.
At home though, you don't lose you don't do that at home.
Bad.
Yeah.
Like, I understand in the Garden, you don't do that at home.
No.
It's embarrassing.
No.
Right? Yeah.
So the incredible thing about last night was the Atlanta Hawks led that game 9-5. And from that moment on, 9 minutes left in the first quarter, the visiting team in their house, in Atlanta's house, with a whole lot of Knicks fans taking over their house, the visiting team goes on a 31-4 run to end the quarter. And in that run, the home team turns it over 7 times in 9 minutes. It's hard to do, man. And the game was over after a quarter because the Hawks just stopped playing basketball. And the Knicks, to me, the former coach was supposed to be a defensive guru. He was supposed to be the mastermind of defense, Coach Tibbs. And that team last night played much harder, fiercer, furious defense than I ever saw a Coach Tibbs team play for the New York Knicks. And they destroyed Atlanta mostly with their defense. And at halftime, it's 83-36. And I'm thinking, if you just told me the halftime score was 83-36, I would have said Jalen Brunson has 40 at halftime, because that's how they do it. That's who they are. They feel one-man show to me. But Jalen Brunson at halftime had 13 points. And OG was the OG last night, and he had 26 at halftime. So they distributed their shots, because the most shots anybody took in the whole game was OG was 14 shots. So it's not like there was gunnery going on. They're all taking their shots in sequence, in flow, and they look like, dare I say, that looked like a championship basketball team.
They look like they're going to the chip.
Yeah.
Because the Cavs can't beat them.
Yeah, the Knicks ain't going to no chip.
The Knicks ain't going. Who could beat them? The Cavs can't.
Well, they're
beat them.
about to play
Philly or Boston. They could beat them. Both of them could beat them.
Well, without a healthy Jason Tatum, we don't know what's going on with Jason
That's the big
Tatum
deal.
yet.
Yeah.
If OG and Bridges play like they played,
They're not going to play like that every night.
if they play like they play in 2 of the games, can't nobody beat the Knicks over there.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
They gotta play that way though. Listen, I just don't. I didn't trust in, like, you let Atlanta get a game on your floor. They was up in the
That's
series.
just football. That's just
But don't get me wrong. Listen, Atlanta was up 2-1 in this series. I don't trust the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm saying they played well. They played, listen, a hell of a game. You like that?
Yeah.
That's an anomaly. You're not gonna have those games where you shoot that well. OG at one point was 8 for 9 from the field. Yeah, it was, everything lined up. The stars was right. The wind was blowing perfect. I'm saying it was all. Everything was. They woke up. I'm saying the birds was chirping. It was a rainbow outside.
The birds were chirping.
Yeah, and it was a glorious day in Atlanta when they woke up. I'm saying so they went out and played great, but with the way Philly has emerged with Joel being somewhat healthy, it's a scary team in the East.
He finally come in to play at the right. Usually he getting hurt about this.
About this time, he ain't played all year.
Now he coming back at about
that's great. Hey,
this is different.
maybe that's what they need to do. Just sit him out for 82.
Exactly.
Don't worry about regular season awards. Go get him with some conditioning, coach. Go run a marathon or 2.
Easy and
get in shape and come in for the playoffs. Right now, maybe that's what they need to do with Joel, man. But no, I mean, it's going to be interesting moving forward. OKC looked great. Yeah, but it's been some good bumps so far.
The Thunder, though.
Yeah, they have.
The Thunder look like a real team, man. You got a big closeout game with no Ant. That's a real team. And they've been to the Western Conference Final 2 years in a row. I know the Spurs is looking crazy. OKC, but I don't know. I think this.
I agree.
This Timberwolves year. They dodged the bullet with Ant. I think this their year to go to the chip.
Wait, did you just say the Timberwolves?
I think it's their year to go to the chip.
I mean, the next round is going to be Spurs in 3. They're just going to call it off after. They're not even going to do 4.
They don't look like a good team. They don't look like a real team.
No Anthony Edwards.
Come on, man.
No Anthony Edwards.
They dodged the bullet with Ant, though.
I'm saying, but he ain't when and if he comes back, he's still not healthy.
Okay, but
they got a nice hyperextended knee that he'll be back soon.
I don't
gotta
think
be
so.
right to play that team. You got to be whole, bruh. And to play Oklahoma City, San Antonio right now, you got to be whole.
Man, they playing defense. I just root for them, you know.
Okay,
Julius Randle, that's my kinfolk.
But their out of nowhere star the previous night was Sumo, who couldn't go last night. So they didn't have DeSumo, they didn't have Kyle Anderson.
They've been to the Western Conference Chip 2 years in a row.
I know,
We've been saying they can't do this. They can't beat this team. They knock them off.
But
they can't beat this team. They knock them off.
A healthy Anthony Edwards.
Ain't gonna be back, bro. He dodged the bullet.
Key word in that phrase is healthy.
He will be back.
But Jamal Anderson, right on schedule, because he's got this in him. He's got that weird gene in him. He shoots 4 for 17 last night. That was the story of the game. And Gobert weirdly has Joker's number. He just bothers him.
And he gonna be on Wemby too.
No, he don't bother him. He's
not gonna bother Wemby.
He had a great series, man. Rudy Gobert this time around, he had a decent series. It's still.
But he always played good against Denver though. They always see Denver ass.
Man, listen, man, Nikola has been busting got Rudy Gobert ass every time he saw him.
But Ant been winning the game though.
Yeah, they have, but I'm talking about that matchup, right? He been destroying that man. So eventually you got to look in the mirror and have some pride. Right, like listen.
Timberwolves
not
to the
this
chip.
time. Not a chance.
Timberwolves.
That's a very hot take.
Timberwolves to the chip.
Okay, will you let
That's
me?
how you build callous.
Will you let me get one of my
OKC.
dinners back? I'll take that right now. I'll take
I like
that.
it. I like it.
We could bet on the series. That's just too big of a one-sided bet of me betting
Why?
the team to go to the chip. Well, you got to tell me who you think
You
gonna go
said
to
it.
the
I
chip
didn't
too.
say it.
You just said that they're only going to go to. They're
Yeah.
going to sweep them next series.
Yeah.
So bet on the series.
Okay, will you do that?
Yeah, we could bet on that series. easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take San Antonio for a dinner.
San
I'm
Antonio
taking
for a
Minnesota,
dinner.
man. Julius, that's my kinfolk,
Shit,
man.
you
I'm
ain't
riding with
giving away meals. Can I get in on this?
it. This the
Shit,
head
I
of
like,
fade right
I
here.
like free food.
This personal. I'm all right. We're gonna see, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I come to the crib. We can go get some. We can go to
I'm
Terry
telling
Black's.
you.
We go to Pecan Lodge.
When your best player go out, you become a real
first round.
team.
If
I'm
I
telling
feel
you,
good, I
become a
feel
team,
good about
bro.
this for you. I feel really
I
good.
finally got him out of football into basketball, and
All
I
right,
got
Skip.
you.
I-
This
I'm
is when
telling
you take
you.
advantage.
I hear you, Lee.
I'm telling you, man.
You want to do 2 dinners on this?
You would have lost if I'd have picked the T Woods versus any team last year. You would have did the same thing. You would have took the bet, and they all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, but I would have taken Oklahoma City over them, and they beat them in 5 games. Okay.
All right. I'm
right.
telling you, man. Hey,
Yeah.
we'll see. This San Antonio first time in this situation. They're just gonna pull up and just be ready to go like that. It's
Well, they were ready to go against Portland.
young boys. Them young boys ain't been in no real. The basketball turn up in the playoffs, right?
I don't think it mattered.
Do it change in the playoffs? So experience don't matter in basketball.
I don't think it mattered with that team.
So, just with that team. But do it matter, period, in basketball?
Because of the organization that it is.
Right.
What they've been hearing and time, day in, day out on what it means to be at this point. I don't think
All right,
they've
so,
been.
so young Kenyon, you went to the Western Conference Finals, and then y'all got a new hot team over there. How would you feel? You would feel like, bro, we are the veterans. We are the seasoned
I
guys.
feel that way, but still got to go out and play though. And that team, listen, and that said team
All right.
kicked our ass in the regular season.
Julius Randle. I grew up with Julius.
So you do know what San Antonio did to Oklahoma City in the regular season, right? So they got confidence against them.
Yeah.
But Timberwolves ain't got to listen.
They don't got a shot.
Not against. Not
So they're going to get swept.
It's going to either be a sweep or a gentleman sweep, one of the two.
I do want to point out the bet is in.
It's going to
Me
be
and Skip
four.
locked in.
You can't
It's
turn
gonna be-
out now.
Skip
The bet's
locked in.
in.
It's going to be
I
a
ain't
sweep
doing
or a
it.
In
gentleman.
my little notes, it's
If
in.
Anthony, listen, they said he might come back midway through the next round, right?
And young, too. Man, look, you
Not
hyperextend.
healthy though. He got to do too much, man. Listen, he got to guard Castle, dog.
I done
Fox,
hyperextended
dog.
my knee plenty of times.
Okay,
He be all right.
Yeah, all right. But you ain't jumping out the ground like that.
He be all right. Yes, I am. Cutting and planting and driving and changing direction.
You saw how he did it, right?
I saw it. He
Going to
dodged
block a
the
shot,
major bullet.
going to block a shot, hit his shit on the backboard, and that, yeah, bro.
It's go time, bro.
I hear
We
you.
bet 2 dinners or 1 dinner?
Just one.
Just one.
You owe 17.
Just for the record.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit.
I owe
Pile 'em
3.
up.
It's all good.
Just for the record, game 1 at San Antonio, they're favored by 14.5 points. Just
you got
for
like
the
San
record.
Antonio ain't lose no game. They lost games, too,
Okay, cool.
in the playoffs.
Okay.
I
To
like
Portland.
this.
Portland played great. Portland played out their mind.
They did.
I guess
Portland played out
the
they
T-Wolves going to have to play out their mind.
They are. Because this one, listen, that 7'5" guy, he been
different.
busting. He been busting Rudy ass since he was 15.
You think that ain't on the back of Rudy's mind?
Hey, it should be on the front.
All right.
Hey, it should be your first thought. It shouldn't be in the back of your mind. It should be, hey, you waking up in the middle of the night
You right.
watching. Yeah, you gonna have to watch a lot of film. He gonna
Just
bring
watch.
his ass away from that basket. Hey, and he gonna ask Rudy, hey, can you tap number 27? Hey, can I have? Hey, can I have this dance, please, sir?
I like the experience in this situation, man.
What
If Ant get back by game 2, by game
There's
3,
no
Ant
way
get back.
he completely hyperextended his knee. It's like a
Skip,
month-long
and a
thing.
bone bruise.
It ain't no
Like,
month-long thing. Skip.
bone
Like,
bruise.
It's a hyperextension. Once
And
they say
a
the
bone
ligament's
bruise.
good,
And a
bro,
bone
you gonna
bruise.
bruise your bone every time you hyperextend your knee.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
just part of what you
Go-
hyperextend. That's what's
Call
hurting.
it up. Call it up on YouTube and watch it again and tell me how it looked to you.
I saw it, Skip. He
looked
went and jumped and
bad.
came down.
Oh,
And once
Yeah,
they
I thought it was
said,
done.
once he got that MRI, and they said, oh, the ligaments is good.
Yeah, they
nice
did.
hyperextension bone bruise. Bet. Telling you, man.
And that's big too, because even if it's, he's gone for this series, you worry about the long-term effects with those type of injuries. The fact that it wasn't any ligament damage,
And he good.
that is big.
Nice little.
He definitely dodged the bullets.
He
definitely dodged the bullets.
That's how you know that. Look, the basketball guys, they on their side, bro. They on their side.
Here we
Look,
go.
no. Oh,
Here we
say the
go.
ligaments.
And one thing you got to do, though, you got to go get between that 90
Yeah.
and 450.
Just
All right,
watch.
before we go to football, one other thing about the Eastern Conference. I know there's an alien in Wemby, but there's a nuclear weapon over there who has reemerged, and you brought him up, Joel Embiid. He is 0-3 in his career in Game 7s, and now he has another chance at redemption or taint, however you want to look at it, because he has been a nightmare in all 3 of the Game 7s that he's played, against Trae Young and the Hawks at home, and then against Kawhi's Raptors, remember Game 7 up in Toronto, and then at Boston. And he had James Harden as his sidekick, and James was awful, and so was Joel. But I said on your show, on Gil's Arena on the basketball show, that the doctors cleared Joel to come back for Game 1 of the Boston Sixers series. And he showed up, what was it, Game 4. And I know his teammates look at him like, what are you doing, man? But the truth is,
You better
Boston they have no answer for him because Keita and Vucevic, they can't deal with him.
And guards, he getting them all in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Right? Throw the ball down low, he going to get them all in foul trouble.
And I'm looking at what he did last night, and he was 19, 10, and 8 assists. So he just...
No, he's going to be better the next game.
Hey.
He's finding his rhythm. He's getting his wind because his cardiovascular is not there.
Yeah.
He's getting his wind together. I think this is redemption for him, like you stated. I think
Yeah.
this is redemption for him. It's lined up for him.
It is.
We don't know the state of Jason Tatum's health going into this game.
Well, it didn't
His
look
calf was bothering. His other
And
calf
it's
was
the other-
bothering him.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign
Not a
at
good
all.
sign. Yeah. Nope.
Right? He's been out there playing on one leg, overcompensating.
Yep.
And that leads to deterioration and you doing too much on the
Atrophy. Yeah.
healthy leg,
Yeah.
right? Someone who's been there. After my first microfracture surgery on my left knee, I went out and played 56 games and I shouldn't have been playing. The next season, I played the first 2 games and had to miss the rest of the season and got a microfracture on my right knee. So I shouldn't have been playing, right? Similar situation. You want to go out and play. You want to be with the fellas. You want to go out and compete. We get it. But to what detriment, right? Yeah. Hopefully this is not that. But the way it looked, we all know and what has shown as of late, when guys have calf tightness, that is a telltale sign that there's more trauma and something else going on.
Exactly.
Like Tyrese Halliburton last year, they told him he had the similar thing going on before he ruptured his in the finals. They warned him, if you go out, this is a possibility.
Yep.
He chose the latter and went out, and you know what happened, right?
Yep.
So hopefully Jason Tatum can listen to the information if it is something of similar caliber.
Yeah.
We'll see, but yeah, no, it's definitely up in the air. But I like the fact that Joel is back. He looks good. He's getting there. And he looked like he looked like he's having fun being out there with the fellas again, man. So that goes a long way. And Paul George. Absolutely. Listen, yo, shout out to PG, man.
Yeah.
That was playoff P.
It was.
That was playoff P.
Yeah.
Right? Defensively and offensively.
5 threes he made.
And defending Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum the way he was, that was the old Paul George that we know of, right? Defensively. So Philly looks good, man. With Tyrese, VJ.
That 20-year-old.
Yeah, VJ looks good, man.
Yeah.
They ain't got no answer for Tyrese Maxey, of course.
Nope.
And Kelly Oubre is doing a hell of a job defensively, man. So Philly gonna give some guys some problem with healthy Joel out there. Somewhat healthy Joel. You know what he
They
can
better
do.
win this game 7. Hope Boston don't shoot 10 for 40 from the 3 again.
Possibility, man.
Better hope they don't do that.
It's a possibility, man. Once you
They hit
tune
them
in,
threes, they win.
You got confidence, man. You tune into the game plan. Like they turning Pritchard's water off. They ain't letting him get off. Sam Hauser not getting off.
Yeah.
If them two not making threes, that opens the floor for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. If Sam Hauser and Pritchard not making threes,
The crazy thing is Celtics go as the little 6-foot white guy goes. You know, Peyton Pritchard, he's built like a fullback, right? He didn't look like a basketball player to me. And last night he was 1 of 8 from 3.
He had the one
if
good
at
game
home he
in
makes
Boston.
6 or
I mean,
7
Philly.
threes, the crowd goes berserk.
he had the one good game in Philly where he shot the ball well.
32,
Yeah, but other than that, they've paid attention to him just like Luke Kennard in other series, right?
Yep.
He had the first 2 good games of the series. Now you are a major part of the scouting report now, right? Before your paragraph was this small, you go out and have 27 and 23 in the game. Now your paragraph go from this. You got right now. Hey, this is what we need to do in order to be successful against this guy. So, and I think that's what they do in the Peyton Pritchard as well. So,
I still like Boston.
Well, listen,
Jason Tatum, healthy, good luck.
They were pretty great without Jason Tatum. They were 42 and 21 when he came back.
Yeah.
Tell me when your best player go out,
I know.
man.
Okay.
Hey, something about it. Something about it. You got to be a team.
So you've got Boston and Minnesota in the NBA Finals.
And I got New York. It don't matter who win out of Philly and Boston. They gonna lose. Eventually, they're gonna have to see.
So you got the Knicks and
the T-Wolves.
So you got them getting out of the West. You ain't got them just going to the Western Conference Finals. You got them.
They already been going.
Damn.
They already been going.
That's a hot one.
I've got such a sure bet on the other one. I got a lock, so I thought about that.
I know.
Skip, you always think you got a lock.
No, I don't.
You always think it's a lock.
This one is a lock.
All right.
This one here is a lock.
I'm actually shocked by you. You're a safe butter. I've seen it. You only make bets you know you're going to win. I'm shocked by this. I like the risk here.
This is reckless.
This is very reckless, but but it's because you got a lot of money in the pot right now. Now you're just starting to throw it
House
around.
money, right?
He's playing with house money now.
You know how that goes.
He already has 3
But I'm
kids.
telling you, I like Minnesota. I like how they play, man. They hard body.
I dig.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they got to be right now without DiVincenzo being out, Ant being.
Even with Ant, they like that, bro. He the new face. He the star.
I hear you.
This his shit. It's time.
I dig it.
If Ant gonna be Ant, he gonna shake back by game 2, no later than game 3. He gonna be Ant, bro. He gonna get him over that hump. That's what stars do.
Hey, you down 2 games, you come back, bro. Hey, that series is over.
They might not be down 2 games.
They're gonna be down 2 games.
That shit, we thought they were gonna lose to the Nuggets. As soon as he hyperextended his knee, you was probably one of the guys who said, "Oh, this series over." Probably, huh?
They was down 3. Hey, I was 3-1 at that point. I was on the fence because I've been to Denver. I've been Denver.
I know.
And they down 3-1. I was like, this shit, it ain't looking good.
He heard this shit. Oh, you like, oh.
Got a chance. They won. When they was 3-2, they
no
going
chance.
back. I'm like, got to get game 6 though. Right? That was my whole thing. You got to get game 6.
Go look at how your man Ant played in the previous 2 Western Conference Finals, especially in the fourth quarters against Dallas.
That's
and
right.
Oklahoma City.
That's my whole point.
Go look.
You go look how Bron played his first time in the playoff. Like that's part of the maturity, Skip. That's what stars do. You know what I'm saying?
But they ain't
Star right away.
No, they don't.
They ain't got
They
enough
grow.
to beat. They ain't got enough to beat neither one of them teams.
Boy, SGA looked pretty good in
7.
his first run.
All right. I know you guys can talk forever on this, but that was actually really fun to listen to some basketball talk. I've obviously watched both of you talk basketball. We got a little key basketball talk, but let's
We got a
get
little
back
crazy
now.
Yeah.
Let's get back to some football, okay? Because we got an interesting story I want to break down for you. So after the Browns minicamp earlier this month, Mary Kay, top Browns reporter from Cleveland.com, reported that Deshaun Watson had gained the edge over Shedeur Sanders as the Browns starting quarterback, and that Watson has the inside track to being the starter, okay? But
Browns reporter?
this is a Browns, well, she's a Cleveland.com reporter.
Oh.
But this was very interesting for me, but also this reporter, I will point out, she also said the Browns should take Ty Simpson at 6.
She did.
So let's
She also
take
said
that into account.
that Dylan Gabriel was light years ahead of Shedeur last
Yes.
year. And
She is not
also
a
said
Shedeur
that Dylan
fan.
Gabriel had
So-
the computer brain, and she said a lot of stuff. So top
take it
Browns
with a grain.
reporter, I ain't never heard her introduced as the top
To take it with a grain of salt.
I have.
grain of salt.
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
get
take
to
it with
that.
a grain of salt. But I do want to, we have a little, I think this is crazy. But so actually, Shedeur Sanders, which is Shedeur's brother, commented on this post, something wild. I want to put this on the screen. So this is reporting that Shedeur's not going to be a starter, whatever. Shiloh says, "Go make a sandwich, Mary." Super fucked up, but pretty wild. But
I knew that would hit you right.
Go make Kenzie laugh.
Yeah.
it is funny though. But crazy that Shiloh said that. I think he's still trying to be in the NFL. That's a wild thing to say when you got to keep run a tight ship.
Man, Shiloh them rich, man. He ain't worried about all that. He good. He living his best life.
But now there's reports, this is fake news from the Sanders family, obviously, but on Underdog, you can bet on how many games Shedeur Sanders will start this year. And so I want to put this on the screen too, because the line was set at 5.5 games. And now the interesting thing is after, or he was actually 7.5, and now it's 5.5. So obviously Mary Kay is weighing in on some people. Skip, is this interesting to you?
Yeah, too interesting to me.
Okay.
So, to me, this confirms my deepest fears for a Shedeur Sanders I love. And I said before his last year at Colorado, he should be the first overall pick. And it was the most shameful draft development I've seen in all my time covering National Football League drafts, that he fell to the 5th round. At which point, I believe Jimmy Haslam, who does run the Browns and is sort of a Jerry Jones wannabe, I believe he was the one who jumped in and said, take him. We might need him as a sideshow. That's what I believe that he said at that moment in the 5th round. And they did need him as a sideshow because they knew he had a very strong national following, led in part by me, Aqib, the show. We love him, believe in him. And yet Jimmy Haslam paid $230 million guaranteed for Deshaun Watson over 5 years, and he still owes him $46 million for next year. So Jimmy Haslam, his pride is now on the line, and I believe that Jimmy Haslam badly wants Deshaun Watson to be the starting quarterback and a successful starting quarterback next year to prove him ultimately right so he can say, see, I told you he could do this. Deshaun has not played football for about 2 years. Deshaun has gone to hell and back with his off-the-field issues, as we know. And yet, I believe that Mary Kay Cabot, who's been covering the Cleveland Browns for almost 40 years, is getting this straight from the horse's mouth. I believe she is so connected, so plugged in. Remember, she's not a columnist, she's a reporter. So this is not her opinion the way I would express my opinion, and you could say to me, you're crazy. Or Shiloh could rip me on social and say, you have no idea what you're talking about, and maybe he'd have a point. But with Mary Kay, she is plugged in to Jimmy Haslam and his wife, who also has a big say in the franchise, and I believe she's the messenger. And I think Shiloh is trying to, quote unquote, kill the messenger because he doesn't want to hear what the truth is about this, that Jimmy Haslam is moving forward with Deshaun Watson. And I believe the new head coach who wants to make an early splash is moving forward with Deshaun because he started 72 NFL games. And I thought Shedeur was really good last year in his 7 starts. And he did win his opener, his debut at Las Vegas, albeit against a bad team. But he did beat Aaron Rodgers at home, and he did beat Joe Burrow at home. And he went 3-4 with the worst offensive line in pro football and the worst receiving core in pro football. And now that they're starting to beef it up through the draft, I think that Jimmy Haslam is saying onward and upward with Deshaun. So I think Mary Kay Cabot, we should take to, unfortunately, our bank on this. That's just...
Go ahead, Cody. You ain't heard from Cody in about 30 minutes.
I was waiting for some Lakers talk in the first segment, but we just skipped over that, man. We're not worried about that game.
They didn't even talk about the Lakers once.
I'm a Lakers fan.
Okay,
Skip.
so you like
them,
them?
man.
I don't.
The chat was saying Cody's real quiet right now.
I was waiting for the Lakers to talk.
Show about that.
A couple days ago, they were playing like the best team in basketball. Now it's 3-2 in the series. Everybody's real quiet. But you know what? You think they're going to lose tonight?
Yep, I do too.
I bet that. We could bet that too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet that for sure.
Which way?
I like the Lakers for sure.
Oh,
You like the Lakers at
Yeah, on the road, close out in Houston.
Yeah,
I like that.
tonight.
You think who's
I love that.
going to win?
I'm thinking about it. Houston's favored
We'll
by
circle
3.5.
back.
All right. We'll
Got it on a
circle back.
bet? Do I
Yeah, I don't want to cancel
All
my
right.
gimme bet. All right.
I love typing little bets over
Yeah, no,
there.
I disagree, Skip. I don't pay attention to these articles. I think at the end of the day, they're all just speculation because all that matters when it comes down to this quarterback competition is a decision that's going to be made with inside that organization. Whoever is in charge of making that decision, whether it's Todd Monken, Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry, whoever has the most pull on this decision, I think they're going to let These guys compete, and then whoever gives the Browns the best opportunity to win games in 2026 is going to win that job. And right now, that decision hasn't been made. So in my opinion, it is still a wide open quarterback competition. If you look at the reports coming out of Cleveland, both quarterbacks have gotten opportunities with the starting offense.
Exactly.
That tells me it's wide open. If Deshaun was going with the ones and Shedeur was going with the twos the majority of the time, then okay, then you could lead to believe this article and think that the speculation is true. But the fact that Shedeur started with the ones, then Deshaun gets some reps with the ones, and Shedeur's back with the ones tells me that this is a wide open quarterback competition. But with that being said, I could see this going either way. I could see either Shedeur or Deshaun winning this competition, because I know last year Shedeur's numbers weren't great statistically, but remember, he fell all the way to the 5th round. He started out the season 3rd on the depth chart. That can be tough to overcome mentally, especially as a rookie quarterback, but he didn't let it get to him. He kept his head down. He kept working and preparing like a starter so that when he did get his opportunity, I thought he played well. And was it perfect? No. You're going to make some mistakes as a rookie, especially with the struggles that the Browns had at offensive line and at wide receiver. But I thought he showed flashes of what he can do in the NFL as a starter. And then when you look at Deshaun Watson, I know he struggled with injuries and his performance on the field the better part of the last 5 years, but he still is a proven quarterback in the NFL. And you mentioned it. He's by far the most experienced quarterback in that room right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a way to win this job as well. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, had a lot of success early on in his career in Houston.
He led the league in passing yards.
And that's true, Skip, but the biggest question with Deshaun is, can he duplicate that same success? Can he get back to being a fraction of what we saw early in his career? He hasn't been able to do that so far in Cleveland, even when he was healthy with a team around him. But at the end of the day, this decision, and another thing with Deshaun too, I know you talk about the contract. Will that play a factor in all of this? Sure, you can argue that, but I don't think it should, Kenyon. I really don't. But if you're making a decision based on a dollar amount rather than talent on the field, then you're not only letting the players on the team down, you're also letting the fans down as well, because you're just putting a product out there that may not be best for their offense just because we owe them this type of money. And if this contract was a new contract and they just signed Deshaun Watson and we were going into this season on the 1st or 2nd year of this deal, fine. But it hasn't worked out the last couple of seasons. So in my opinion, I think Jimmy Haslam would be okay with saying, all right, let's cut out the dollar amount. I know we kept him on the roster because we owe him this type of money and we want to have a competition, but who's going to give us the best chance to win? We just spent draft picks on Fano. We just went and got Denzel Boston. We just got Casey Concepcion. We went out and signed multiple offensive linemen in the offseason. We are not doing, or we're doing a disservice to those guys if we put out a quarterback that we don't think is going to give us the best chance to win. And it still very well could be Deshaun. Just in my opinion, I don't think it should be based on a dollar amount. It should be based on skill sets and if they give the team the best chance to win. But either way, this decision, you would like to see sooner rather than later. You don't want to rush it.
Right.
You don't want to jump the gun if you're not 100% certain. But the sooner you can make this decision, the more advantageous it is for the rest of the guys on offense.
Bottom line, gut feeling, starting opening day will be.
I don't know.
With your quarterback
that's my whole point.
from what you've seen,
That's my whole
no
point.
quarterback, but who'd you put right now?
What's your gut?
I don't know. I'm not at practice. I'm not watching them run Todd Monken's offense.
Okay, so then what
They're
you just seen in the
3 days into this offseason. They've had 3 practices together on the field. There's no way to make that decision right now. If Deshaun can get back to where he is, I think he's the most talented quarterback in that room. But we don't know if he can get back to that level of play, especially coming off of the injuries. Did Shedeur show enough last year that he deserves a chance to be the starter this year? Absolutely. And I'd love to see him too, with a new offensive line, with more weapons. So you could argue both ways, but that's why I say this article doesn't carry a lot of weight, because I think it's far too early to make that decision. Let the competition play out. Also, Monken might want to see what they look like during the preseason. If they want to. Preparing for fall camp is a lot different than how you prepare for a game. I know it's preseason, but you got to see how they game prep as well.
By the way, Monken is on the record. I want to choose a starter by mid-June, so we don't go into camp with any.
And
but
that's
keyword
my
is
point.
want to.
Okay,
you
all right.
Gotta.
And that's my point. He on the record saying that on that 92.3 The Fan interview that he did on the radio, and he did not say Deshaun is ahead now. So until he said, I don't really feed off what the reporters say, because she said a lot of shit last year that just wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? She talk about how you look in practice, but practice is not the game. In practice, I would expect Deshaun to look better in practice, because he's the vet, man. I once was a vet in practice, and some days I just say, I ain't guarding no deep balls today, right? So from some random people come and watch practice, they gonna see Lee pick off every fucking curl slant. I'm going to look great because I'm a vet. I know how to practice. I ain't guarding no deep shit, so I'm going to sit on everything. I look amazing because I just know how to practice. That's how vets look. I once pulled up to Denver when Russ was there. The ball ain't fucking touched the floor all day. I watched the ball not touch the grass all day with Russ. And then they got to the season and it just wasn't that good. He didn't have just a bad season, but he didn't have his best season.
You're talking about the Hackett season?
Yeah, I'm talking about his season in Denver.
Yeah.
It just wasn't his best season. You know what I'm saying? To me, the media made it worse than what it was, but it wasn't his best season. And if you would have went to practice, you would have thought the Broncos was finna win a chip this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So vets just know how to practice. So I would expect Deshaun to look better in practice. But that's why I like Shedeur, because what he brings in the game. What Shedeur do, you can't emulate that shit in practice. You know what I'm saying? He brings shit in the game, that confidence that he gonna bring in the game during game time. The team is gonna feed off of that shit. His escapability, you see him escape, dime, run plays, dimes. Like, you can't emulate that shit. They're gonna blow the whistle. You can't emulate that shit in practice.
You can't. He has a natural-born feel for playing that position.
A natural-born feeling for just quarterback, period, man. It's some stuff you can't, the leadership, you can't emulate it in practice. You know what I'm saying? It come down to when the camera's on, the live bullets is really flying, the crowd is live, everything is really on. The player's on edge. Who gonna lead now? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna be that guy now? Yeah. And that's what Shedeur brings to the table to me. So, like, it might come down to the preseason games, like you said. Yeah. Let me see him in real game situations before you make that decision. But of course, it's a pecking order. If it's two guys even at any position, the guy who makes the money, that we going with that guy.
That's my thing with it.
It's simple as that.
That's my thought.
And I understand it's a pecking order, and I understand Cleveland, they fuck a lot of shit up a lot of times. Yeah. And they probably gonna fuck this situation up because of the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? If it's close in practice, they probably have picked Deshaun just because, well, we paying him, let's just see what he can do.
It's hard to have a guy making $46 million being your backup.
But if you smart, if you smart, I mean, you would start Shedeur because a young team like that, the morale of the team, if mid-June you say, man, Shedeur our starter, all them young ass guys they got on that team gonna be like that. They gonna fuck with that, bro, because they're a younger team. It's a vibe, man. You want the morale of your team to be high if you want to win games. If you want to sell tickets, who you start? It's a business, right?
It's not even close.
If we want to sell tickets and we want to make money, fuck the $46 million. If we want to make future money, who we start? We start Shedeur. That's not even close. So everything, look.
One thing Cleveland fans has proven over the years, they fucking go into the game whether they good or bad. And they've been mostly bad.
True.
They do.
So it don't matter who taking the snap. They come into the game no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit me.
The dog pound has always showed up. With bags on or cheering, they showed up. Right? They've always showed up.
It don't matter. If they show, you thought they showed up before. If Shedeur the starter, the TV game's gonna get cracking. It's just everything about him is gonna be skyrocketing if Shedeur start, because he got that star power, bro.
I
it's
dig
the difference. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Shedeur fan.
Night and day. It's night and day, bro.
I'm a Shedeur fan, but I'm also a realist.
Right.
Right? I look at it's black and white with me. Try to be the most logical I could possibly be when thinking about situations like this, right? When healthy, we know where Deshaun Watson is.
No, we don't.
We've seen it.
We ain't seen it in 5 years.
But we've seen I understand, but we've seen it. We haven't seen it here, but we've seen it. Right? That's what
He's proven that
he can
be
it when he's healthy. We know what he can do at that position with the weapons and healthy. We've seen it.
He beat Josh Allen in a playoff game.
So we know what that looks like when healthy. Granted, we haven't seen it in years. And that position is rhythm, all of it matters with that position is what I'm gathering. Watching it, hearing it for years, that matters. But with Shedeur, that's what you get. You get the rhythm, you get the young energy, you get all of those things for the locker room. We saw and heard the words that was coming out last year, right? But Myles Garrett, how he felt about Shedeur Sanders being the starter. So we know what that does to the locker room and how the other decision could go if guys are seeing Shedeur better in practice and seeing what he's doing, and they make that decision to still start Deshaun, right?
Yep.
What can that do to the locker room, right? The guys making the most money, like you said, it could tear the locker room apart.
Yeah, tear it apart.
So like you said, they've been known to fuck things up in the past when things were lined up and they just find a way to mess it up, right? We know that. hopefully it's not one of them situations. Hope Shedeur gets his rightful opportunity to be the starting quarterback in Cleveland. But like you said, if it comes down to if it's somewhat even, they're going to go with the guy that's making 46. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. If it's even and no one has separated themselves, I got to get something. As an owner, I'm paying you. I got to get something out of you.
I get it.
But it's been 5 years where I gave you $230 guaranteed. I got to get some return on my dollar, like something at this point, right? So if it's even, Hassel step in and be like, we're going with Deshaun Watson.
It ain't gonna matter what Monken says.
Yeah, it ain't gonna matter what Monken says.
I'm opposite of that because I feel like with Deshaun Watson, if it's even with who he is and his, being a veteran, he should separate himself at practice. If it's even, I'm going with the guy that's a bigger question mark because I want to see what he does with more weapons around him. If there's not a clear separation between Deshaun Watson, who started 72 games and now has played 9 or 10 years in the NFL, over a second or a fifth round second-year rookie, I'm going with the rookie every day of the week.
Me too.
Also, if you look at the longevity of it and the future of Cleveland, if there's no separation, then Deshaun Watson probably won't be the future quarterback for your organization, especially him being towards the end of his career. Let's see what Shedeur can do. If he plays great, awesome. We have a quarterback for the future. We can keep building around him. If he doesn't, then maybe we look at next year's draft and go get another quarterback.
You just drafted one.
Compete.
Just drafted a fucking quarterback.
Third round and fifth round.
They just drafted the guy. You got four in the room right now, right? You just drafted one this year.
Them third rounds and fifth rounds, they count, but they don't count.
But you could have picked somebody else, though. So my thing is, with that situation, like with this, like if you do it, then just like you got to stick with it, right? Yeah. But then what do you do with Deshaun? Do you cut him?
You ain't gonna cut him.
No.
You let him be
like
back up.
So he's making 46 and back up, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins did it. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
That was a horrible decision in the beginning.
I mean,
but I think Deshaun was a horrible decision also for them.
Yeah, 230.
Even if Deshaun on his last year of his deal, right? Even if he ball, would you gonna extend him and let him stay here some more?
No.
Like, I feel like either way, after this year, Deshaun gone.
Well, I don't know. If they won 9 games.
Brett Favre.
If they win 9 games, they gonna keep him?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
No.
You
let him walk.
And pay him what?
I don't
You
think
let him
nine,
walk.
but if they
You let him walk.
Man,
Skip,
if they get a wild card spot with Deshaun Watson and get second maybe in the division, I wouldn't be surprised.
You got a product over. You let him. No matter what
type of contract he has right now, it may be another 1 year prove-it deal.
But so if he did go to wild card and he get him to the playoffs and y'all trying to crumb him with 20, there ain't no prove-it deal. He gonna be gone then. He gonna be the starter for somebody else.
Yes.
Either way, if he ball, you're not gonna want to pay him what he's earned.
You think 1 year of him playing above average football is going to
prove he can do it again, right? So somebody will bite.
Happening with the injury history.
Somebody will bite.
And the performance on the
with
field.
somebody else.
Somebody will bite.
5 years.
Cleveland not gonna want to pay him no top dollar. Somebody else gonna pay him 35 to 40.
I can see 35 to 40.
Yeah, somebody else gonna pay him that. Cleveland not gonna want. I wouldn't want to pay him that.
They just got Phillip Rivers off the couch and paid him to play the position. You don't think they would go with
But if
somebody
you
who
let
just
Shedeur
proved
spin
it?
and Shedeur on a 4-year, $4 million contract, now I could just put I can have him off there.
Pieces.
I could put all these pieces in because I don't got to pay my quarterback for 2 more years.
That's smart.
Maybe 1 more year.
Yeah.
Smart.
But at least 2 more years. So
Take advantage of that time.
It just makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
I did know. I'm a Shedeur guy. I want him to have a job, right? But I really do for what he's done and how he was treated coming in and things that he had to overcome to come out and play the way he did, right? That's a lot to overcome. So I want to see him get the job. But I just look at the other guy, what he's making, and it is a business.
Yeah.
Okay. My point is, unfortunately, I've not seen one sign from the top, from the owner or the general manager or now the new head coach, that any of them really, truly believe in Shedeur as the future of the Cleveland Browns. That's my point.
All right, so the first snap of offseason, the first time somebody took a snap from center, who went out there?
Yeah, he did.
Who?
Okay, Shedeur did.
All right, so that's not a sign?
That carries weight.
That's a sign right there. That's a huge sign to me.
It does.
That's more of a sign than what Mary Cabbage is talking about. Mm-hmm. That's a bigger sign than what she's talking about to me. Okay. If he went out there first and took the first snap, I'm looking at that more than I'm listening to what she's talking about.
And you know why, too? Because you don't go straight to practice when you get to OTAs. You go through meetings. You go through workouts. You install the offense. You need to see how these guys do with some of, you throw routes on air before you get to practice. So he was obviously ahead of it.
So it's said that he's going to take the first snaps?
No, he already did it.
I'm saying, but is it a thing leading up to it? Is it said like Shedeur is going to take the first snap?
No, it's a thing that happened in the past. They went out there and did OTA, not OTAs, but whatever minicamp they had. first group went out there. Shedeur went out there with the runs already.
So that's what I'm asking. So is it established already that he was going to be the one to run out with the ones from like when they was doing it?
Nah, we
like,
really didn't know.
No,
we really didn't know who was going to go out there.
Okay, yeah.
And me being in the football locker room, meeting rooms, all that shit.
That says he's going to be the starter.
Man,
So
look, the person who go out there first, bro.
I got you.
If a corner go out there before me, I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Yep.
Like, damn, they want this motherfucker to start. Now I gotta come. That's just how I'm gonna feel. That's how he gonna feel. That's how Cody gonna feel. That's how everybody gonna feel. Like that first group who go out there.
You're taking the first snap.
That's who they upstairs.
Yeah.
They had a conversation about this shit.
Okay.
That's
who they
want.
want.
What happened
And that's
the
who they
second
wanted
day?
to feel. Okay, that's what I was asking. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
The second day, Deshaun took the first snaps, right? Okay.
Second day,
That's the
though.
second day, though.
Hey,
Hey, look.
But I'm just
Because
saying.
Second day, though. Somebody had to go first.
They didn't continue to honor Shedeur with "You're our guy. We're blessing you as our
because
starter."
it's competition.
It's a competition.
It's
It's a
a
competition.
Wide open competition.
It's a competition
They're both
now.
getting opportunities with the ones to prove.
I think we might have bet on that too. Did we bet on that,
No,
Skip?
we didn't.
You
bet
sure?
on that. We did
No.
not.
Oh,
bet on
all
that.
right. Maybe I bet
Okay.
TJ or somebody.
Okay,
Maybe he
well,
owe me some money.
I still haven't gotten
I
over.
bet somebody though. I
Okay.
know I did.
I told you last Monday, I haven't gotten over what you just brought up. In the 6th round, they took Taylon Green, and it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Why?
the
Like, why?
It's a
appearance of
sixth-round
it.
pick, bro.
I don't like
you ain't even
it.
guaranteed to
Pick a
make the team.
kicker.
Okay?
Pick a fucking kicker.
no,
It's a
but
unicorn on the board in the 6th round, bro. Let me just.
Okay, wait a second.
not
take,
it.
take a special teams
He ain't gonna
demon.
play.
You know, take somebody.
He
who-
might be a special teams demon.
Oh,
We don't know.
Shit,
Yeah.
we don't know what they're gonna do with him. I bet if they tell his ass to run down on kickoff and go play punt and run down, I bet you he'd do it.
But it's just the
or you ain't
optics-
gonna make the team.
but
If
it's
you gonna
the
do it, you gonna
optics
jump his
of-
ass out there in a heartbeat.
Right, it's the
What
optics
quarterback
of
has ever
it's the
played special
optics of
teams?
picking another
Trey
quarterback.
Pryor.
You already got turmoil right at that position already. You don't know what you're going to do for your future. You don't know who you're going to start. Right.
That's the whole
and
point
you
why you
come
pick
out
him.
and you come out and add something another to
What?
this equation. Like
Yeah, and by the way,
why?
he
when I
is-
saw this shit, I'm like, what's Cleveland doing?
I'd already brought
Y'all
him
not
up on the
taking the-
show.
y'all not taking the-
He is a freaky athlete.
It's a 6th round pick, bro. 6th round pick.
Yeah.
Barely. Sometimes they don't even make the team,
Or their practice squad.
or they practice squad.
that-
So
like this to me, this was not to bring in Green to compete to start. This was to bolster the back end of their quarterback room. I don't think they still know what Dylan Gabriel is going to be. I don't know what their
Yeah.
plans are for him with the future.
I know,
They may
poor
not
kid
feel
wasn't
comfortable with him.
Remember,
at 3.
he got 6 starts last.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah.
but maybe they want to bring in Green to compete with him because you normally only keep 2 active guys on your roster,
Right.
maybe 3 with the new rules. Then you have a practice squad guy. Maybe they want to run some scout team stuff with him to emulate Lamar Jackson with that offense. Maybe they want to use him in different ways and throughout the season and then potentially get a chance to compete. But there's so many different ways to look at that of why they drafted him in the 6th round instead of seeing it as a disrespectful thing to either Shedeur or Deshaun Watson.
Okay. All right. Before we leave this, I got to address what Shiloh posted and then his Twitch stream that he did.
Oh, I didn't see the Twitch
Okay.
stream.
Yeah. He went deeper into it.
Okay.
Look, I love the Simmons family. I know Dion well. You know him very well. And I believe in that family. And Dion has preached to his Colorado squad respect for women. He likes his players to call women Miss So-and-so. Like
Right.
that's, okay. And to take a chauvinistic shot at Mary Kay Cabot is just wrong to me. And I don't think father will like that son did that. And it only makes it a little harder for brother in Cleveland because it's so negative. It's like you're dismissing her. You're classically killing the messenger. Again, she's just reporting what she hears. And then on Twitch, he said you sound emotional and you sound crazy. Well, I don't. Last year, I'm going to defend her on this point. Mary Kay Cabot, she won the Pro Football Writers National Award called the Bill Nunn Award for long and distinguished contributions to reporting on pro football. So she's been doing this for 40 years at a high level, and I think she has high credibility, and she has always been plugged in Cleveland. I don't know if you remember her through your stretch there.
You ain't never heard of her, huh?
No, I did, and I'm not going to get into it, but we, yeah, no.
I think you should get into it.
No, it's in the past.
That says enough already. You ain't got to go into it. Listen, it says enough that you.
Exactly.
Your statement said enough.
Okay.
We get it.
I was not a fan.
Audience get it.
Tough.
We get it. Everybody
She
get
comes
it.
on strong, right?
There were layers to it, but yeah, no, I'm not her biggest fan. I'll just put it that way.
That's enough.
I'll leave it
Yeah.
at that.
Hey.
All right.
All right. Well, okay. Everybody's still confused who's going to start, but what we do know is that the fans are back in Shedeur. We asked who's going to be the starter, and everybody voted Shedeur.
Yeah.
So majority of the chat
Get my
there.
vote.
That matters, man.
That matters. The
At the
fans are
first of
to
the
win
year
games.
last year,
Give my
I
vote.
said he is the most popular backup quarterback in the history of pro football,
Oh,
right?
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching.
Morale is real.
It is.
I'm locked in on a Browns game
see
that
how they
I would
play
have
late
not
in the
cared.
season?
That's
Hey,
true.
I'm like,
morale is
okay.
real, bro.
So how they compete.
You watched every Browns game.
Right?
Yeah.
And before it was like Browns,
That's
Panthers.
my point.
We're like,
That's why you say the dog pound pull up every game. We weren't watching them. Now shit, Shedeur in there, shit. He on the main screen. I got the Cowboys. I got all them on the little TV. I got the Browns on the main
too.
screen.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a different. It's a different aura, bro.
Yep.
all right, let's move on. So last week we all did talk about how we were really confused by the Rams on what they decided to do in their draft decision. But let's be honest, they're actually really interesting with their draft in general. So they don't do any top 30 visits and they don't attend the combine. So it's very hard to tell who they're going to go with or who they really like. So the Rams do travel and meet with their players that they're interested in, but that doesn't have to be reported. So this week, because we were all so confused, we thought Sean McVay did not like Ty Simpson at all, that this was a shock even to him. But Ty Simpson was on ESPN radio and said he had a secret meeting with Sean McVay. Let's listen.
You know what's crazy is we tried to keep this under wraps as long as we could. It was something to where I knew they were interested, but they wanted to make it private and didn't want people to know that they were interested. So I had some secret meetings with Coach McVay. And, I was trying to be on script and, do what, everybody told me not to tell anybody. So, it was something to where I knew that they were interested. I just didn't know when. And then, sure enough, I had a lot of confidence in myself, and that's why I decided to come out. If it wasn't them, I felt like that it was going to be somebody else.
Hold on, Kenzie. You see them highlights? They showed my dog throw a bubble screen and a hit. I just can't.
not his fault.
Completion.
I can't,
Hey,
bro.
completions.
I can't.
All right.
And the bubble was low. Hey,
Yeah,
that bitch
scoop that
off
thing
the
off
carpet,
the
right?
I can't, bro. I just can't. I can't do this.
we all know how this couch feels about Ty Simpson, but apparently, what I heard from this is he said, I had some secret meetings.
Yeah.
That sounds plural to me,
Yeah.
right? So maybe Sean McVay really did like Ty Simpson and they're keeping this under wraps. I mean, Cody, how do you make sense of this?
Well, you said we all thought that Sean McVay wasn't, in on this pick. I was the one on Monday that sat
did.
here and said, there's no way that Sean McVay wasn't involved in this process. I find it hard to believe, and now we know that, but there's no way that Les Snead is going to spend a first-round pick, especially 13th overall, without having Sean McVay being heavily involved in that process. I mean, you can't make this decision, which has major implications or could potentially have a huge impact on the future of the Los Angeles Rams, without having one of the best offensive minds involved in this. Sean McVay has to be able to sit down with Ty Simpson and watch tape and go over pass protections and go over route concepts and see how he processes a defense and see what he's going to do when it's 3rd and 5 and the defense is bringing all out cover 0 with the game on the line. What check are you going to get to? How are you going to react to that? Those are so important. If you don't know how a quarterback is going to act in those moments, you can't spend a first-round pick on them. And obviously we now know that Sean McVay had those meetings, and it's clear that he felt comfortable enough to be on the same page with Les Snead when it came to drafting Ty Simpson in the first round. I also still believe that the reason that Sean McVay didn't seem overly excited when they drafted Ty Simpson was out of respect to Matthew Stafford. If you saw Sean McVay jumping up and down and fist pumping and hugging everybody after they just drafted their MVP quarterback's future replacement, there would have been other narratives. And people would have said, oh, well, he's excited for the
it's hard
future,
to
that
win
it's
in the
disrespectful to Matthew Stafford. They have a close relationship. He wanted to keep it professional, and he went on to say that. And what even backs that up more is that Mike LaFleur, I don't know if you heard this, but Mike LaFleur, who was the Rams offensive coordinator for the last 3 years, he's now with Arizona, said that he was surprised by McVay's reaction because he knew how excited McVay was over Ty Simpson, that he really liked him and that they talked about him while he was still inside that building.
So why didn't Arizona take him at 3?
Well, which leads me to my next point, Skip, and that talks about how the secrecy of this entire situation, because if teams had heard that Sean McVay, who's one of the best offensive minds in football, was interested in Ty Simpson and really liked him and planned on drafting him, 2 things would have happened. One, it would have raised his value because Sean McVay's opinions on quarterbacks carries a lot of weight, but 2, it might have incentivized other teams like the Jets, like the Cardinals, that thought they might have been able to get Ty Simpson later in the first round or early in the second round to jump up ahead of the Rams to go draft him. So they wanted to keep it on the down low. That's what Ty Simpson said. Obviously, Les Snead backed that up so that they could be able to draft him 13th overall. So again, I doubled down on that point. I'm glad this came out. There's just no way that Sean McVay was not heavily involved in this decision process.
No, you was exactly right about that, but if Sean would have liked him, you think it would have raised his stock in quarterbacks?
Yes.
I think so,
Like,
too.
why, though? I mean, because he
Because of-
inherited a
Because
number one
Sean
overall
McVay
pick.
is Sean McVay.
But Sean McVay inherited a number one overall pick.
Yeah.
Then he inherited Matt Stafford. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't like he just created quarterbacks out the woodworks. I'm taking this guy and develop. Like, he ain't do that. Like, Sean ain't do that. So I don't see Sean because he liked this guy. Everybody else gonna start liking him. Everybody liked Jared Goff. He was the number one overall pick. Everybody liked Matt Stafford. Even when they was trash as shit in Detroit, everybody still liked Matt Stafford, right?
So then why? So you think that the reason they kept it quiet was for my second reason? They didn't want someone to jump up and take him.
I just think that's just how they do shit. They don't go to the combine. They don't have no visits. That's just how they do shit.
They told Ty specifically, do not say anything
Man,
about
there was
this. And he
no
even lied
reason to
about
keep
it after he was drafted.
Bro, it was no reason to keep that under wraps because ain't nobody want his ass but them. Ain't nobody want him but Sean them, bro. If somebody would have wanted him, they would have came and got him. Sean them sat right at 13 and picked him. If they wouldn't have picked him at 13, he would have went at the end of the first round at the team's second pick or second round. Then nobody, bro, every team in the league got their quarterback except for the Cardinals. The Jets. The Jets tanking, they want Arch. They don't want him. Like, bro, they passed him. Like, bro, they did all that secrecy shit just because that's how they do shit. I hope it worked for Sean and Les. I hope that they have an Aaron Rodgers love type situation and he get to sit behind Stafford and he be the guy, because if he don't, it's gonna be a asterisk on their record as far as them developing quarterback. Now we're gonna see how you develop a quarterback, not inheriting the number one pick and not trading for Matthew Stafford. We gonna see if this guy work out. Then it's gonna be they did it. And if he don't, it's gonna be like, they picked him at 13 and they struck out. They can't draft quarterbacks. They can't. I'm telling you, it's gonna come to haunt them.
I disagree with that, because if a team is interested in getting him at the end of the first round and then they hear that the Rams are wanting to draft him and that the Rams are interested and Sean McVay really likes him, I think that does raise his value. And if the teams are going to draft him at the end of the first round and you know that's your guy, then jump up to go get him. Do whatever it takes if you think that's your quarterback.
And I love Sean. I love Les. I don't want it to come off like I don't fuck with them.
No,
I respect them.
I know that.
I love what they do. But just because they like a quarterback, I don't think that's going to raise his stock, bro. I can see if Jared Goff was a no-name. If Jared Goff was a no-name guy, a sixth-round pick, and they got him, and he would Jared Goff. And then they Stafford was Sam Darnold, and then they got him, and he turned to Matt Stafford. Then I'd be like, yeah, if Sean them like him, then he must got something. But y'all already got two goons. Them was already goons, bro. Like, they already was nice. So I can't give you I give you a lot of stamps. The Rams get a bunch of stamps. Cold offense, the run game, the creative.
Yep.
But as far as quarterback development, and if they like you, everybody should like you. I can't give them that stamp. Why?
So you don't think the way that they have evaluated players and how well they've done in the
quarterbacks,
draft, even in the later rounds, though, that carries weight, though. Their evaluation process has been fantastic. They're finding great players in the third round, in the fifth round, in the sixth round.
I'm talking about quarterbacks.
Because of the way they evaluate. I think the same. That holds weight. I feel like that would still be true with how they evaluate quarterbacks. This is only their second first-round pick since Sean McVay has been there. And if they feel strong enough to spend it on Ty Simpson, which isn't an immediate need, a quarterback that might sit for 2 to 3 years, I really believe that would carry weight throughout the rest of the league and would make teams think that this guy might be better than we evaluated.
I don't think so.
What you got, Ken?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Oh, yeah, I agree. They saw something. They sat down with him for that long, multiple meetings. Yeah, I agree. They saw something there when no one else had him projected to go first round, right, from what I'm gathering. From my research, no one had him projected to go first round. And if you met with him and you kept it a secret, it was for a reason, right? And I do believe that if other teams hear that certain minds and certain people are interested in them and the success that coach has had, no matter if he inherited them or drafted or traded for them, he's had success with them, right? So I think that holds weight, especially when we need a quarterback, right? If they're looking at him and he's doing all these things to keep it a secret, maybe we should show this guy some attention. I don't know if it's worthy of a top 15 pick or not, but like you said, late first round guys, a situation like that.
You said we need
then,
a quarterback. Do you think they need a quarterback?
No, not right now. No, that's the beauty of it. You can draft one, the same thing that Green Bay did with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, right? You got him, he learned, sat behind him, you knew what the future was. Brett Favre was an MVP in the league and all that, and you knew what you had in him, but you also got to prepare for the future. And Aaron Rodgers is not a spring chicken. He's young. He's older now. A lot of football, a lot of different injuries. So yeah, I could see them planning for the future, right?
And they did the same thing with Aaron Rodgers for Jordan Love.
Yeah, you're getting ready to learn from the so it's been a track record of it.
Success teams doing that.
And so why not follow that recipe, right? We don't need him to go out and play right now unless there's an injury to Matt Stafford, but you can't count on that. But yeah, drafting for the future, I have no problem with it. And you saw something in him. To pick him 13th overall, you saw something in him from the conversations you had, from the film you watched, from the research you did, from the other people you talked to.
Yeah.
So if
they could have broadcast that shit on the radio. They could have came on the arena. Sean could have sat right here and said, I love him. If he's there at 13, I'm picking. His ass would have been there at 13.
So you
very well much to be true as well.
He would have been there at 13.
But also,
Arizona was going to take him at 3.
No, but
you go through the rest of the teams. Everybody else got a quarterback.
You're
Nobody
saying
else
they
taking
wouldn't
his
have
ass.
traded up.
teams could have potentially traded up. The Jets were sitting at 16. Maybe they want to do
The Jets don't want his ass.
a
The
trade
Jets
and
want
jump
Arch.
up a couple picks.
Yeah.
Jets want Arch. They don't want his ass.
I'm not saying they did. I'm just telling you
maybe
why
the
secrecy
Dolphins
was so
might have.
important.
I was
Maybe.
thinking
The Dolphins?
Yeah,
They
maybe.
they don't
They
know.
just signed a quarterback.
But they don't know if this.
Man, they got a lot more
And
positions to fill besides quarterback. They just spent $28 million on a quarterback. They was not getting him. You look at from 3, the Cardinals ain't getting him. They wasn't, bro. 3 to 13, none of those teams are getting a quarterback, bro.
But why does it hurt? Like, it doesn't
Unless
hurt
someone
to keep
jumps
the
back
secret.
up in front of them, though.
I was about to say he had to keep it a secret. I don't know. They just
It doesn't hurt. Like, it's like, okay, why not risk
When
it?
they keep
Let's
all
just
of it a
hush,
secret.
hush.
If y'all don't have no top 30 visits, if y'all don't go to the combine, that's just how they do shit. It's just a secretive thing to them.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't have to. I'm just saying they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because nobody else gonna pick his ass.
How you feeling, Skip?
When I step back from this, the more I look at it and think about it and delve into it, I don't, to all of your points, it's Ty Simpson we're talking about. Why do you have to be that sneaky after the draft? After you pick him, now think about this. Yeah. Think about this. It's the night of the draft and it's over. He's a Ram. He is now, it's official. You can't change it. Nobody's going to trade for Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
He's a Ram. Till death do him part, whatever happens, however this works out. So he does his post-draft media conference,
Yep.
and he says, I only talked to a couple of Ram scouts at my pro day. Okay, so now you're already a Ram and you're lying. You're lying right away, and it looks bad. It makes you look bad.
Still keeping it a secret.
and
Still
and it
keeping it
makes-
secret.
But I'd be scared.
Okay, but
Make
then
sure you keep
then,
it secret.
then he did.
Yeah, he didn't get the green light yet.
Okay.
They didn't say, all right.
Then
we
he
talked about
did
that, by the
this
way.
interview that we just heard, and he said, meetings plural. I had meetings with Sean. And then he does another one after that one, and he said, well, actually, we had one meeting that went on for several hours. Which is it? And you look bad.
You done lied 2 times at least.
Yeah, you just keep faking the lie. You know, you keep
It is scared.
Yeah, you keep reconfiguring your lie until I'm saying, what does it matter anymore? You're Ty freaking Simpson, and the truth is, does anybody? I get Sean having some respect, but this is silly respect because do you really think Matt Stafford sat back and said, "Oh, I'm under fire now. I gotta go win this job"?
That's
right?
not what I said, though. What I said was it was out of respect.
But what about the respect for Ty Simpson? That you say, hey, coach, let's make history. Enjoy this night,
Enjoy the
buddy.
night.
But that's,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
you know, that's
where's the
coach
respect
speak.
for?
That's coach speak. He's not
So
going
he just don't. I don't respect you until Stafford
No,
gone.
but you're
Then I'll start
also
respecting
you're
you.
also the new guy, and I've got a ton of time spent with Matthew Stafford. I got a relationship with him.
Yeah.
We won a Super Bowl together. I'm going
So
to
if I-
prioritize respecting him first, and then as you
But
earn
if I
your
got
way,
a relationship with you, Cody, and I'm the GM, you the quarterback,
Okay.
right? We got a great relationship.
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying, right?
All right.
And I draft a new guy. I'm gonna let you know already. Look, we finna draft this dude 13. You know what I'm saying? You already gonna know. So I ain't gonna have to dummy this down at
You
all
didn't
because
have a
me and you got a great
conversation?
fucking relationship.
Hey, okay, so what if we have that conversation and I'm not happy with it. I'm upset about it. We just had a phone call where I'm pissed off. You're going to go now, hang up the phone with a guy that you have a relationship, go get on TV,
You
pick the
think
guy
Matt
and go.
Stafford's
But why
pissed
would
off
Matt
about
Stafford
Ty
be
Simpson?
the
I don't know
You
if
think he's threatened?
No, I don't think he's pissed off or threatened about Ty Simpson. I think he may be pissed off that they didn't pick someone that can help them win this year because he
Okay,
knows
that's
he's
fair.
towards
That's valid.
the end of his career. Maybe he's frustrated they didn't get Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
Maybe he's frustrated they didn't get
Okay, but Cody,
Sadiq. Maybe that, you know?
Is there anybody out there who thinks that Ty Simpson's going to win the job next year?
No.
Oh, seriously.
At all.
But I see your second point.
that's
He
not
could
the
be pissed
argument
about
I'm
the
making
win
right
now.
Yeah, they
Win
go get
now.
somebody to help them
Yeah.
right now. I get that.
And also,
Okay.
you're a
But they got a.
Okay, wait a second. Ian Rappaport reported the other day on NFL.com
Okay.
that not only are they trying to redo Matt's contract for next year, all he did was win the MVP this past
did.
year. So they're going to redo, and they're talking about extending it for 2 more years.
Right, for 2 more years.
Okay, so he could be playing for 3 years. So we could have Jordan Love or Aaron behind
Yep.
Brett, right? We could have a 3-year sort of thing to figure out whether Ty Simpson's even the guy in the first place. So all Sean needed to do on draft night, he could be excited about it. And then, remember he said in his first press conference on draft night,
Yep.
he said, oh, it's Matt's team. I want to make it
Matt's
clear
team.
about it.
Just
Well, duh.
clear
What's
about
wrong
it.
with that?
I mean, come on. Well, yes, he just won the MVP. It's Matt's
I don't
team.
think we're talking about a first round pick. Like
Yeah.
I was a first round pick. I
Yep.
seen all the love I got. I felt like, God damn. They put me on the pedestal. Like I felt like a king.
Right.
Like they had the chairs and shit. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? But
of
Ty
the
Simpson,
Wonder.
he can't get no love. Oh, yeah. Enjoy this night,
You
buddy.
enjoy this.
Like, bro, nah, fam. I don't know. It's just real fishy to me.
Cody, if they had somehow finagled and drafted Fernando Mendoza, then you got a situation, right? You'd say,
we talking
oh, now maybe they think that Matt's done, right?
Yeah.
But it's Ty Simpson.
But that's my whole point, though. I'm not saying I agree with what they did. I also don't believe that Ty Simpson was going to be drafted that high in the first place. I think the Rams could have traded back and waited to get him.
They could have traded back to 37.
Yeah.
All right. I've been close. I think into the first round if they want to add picks and then
Aqib
still
is
drafted him.
so out on.
Bro, I bet
But
you
the
my money,
question
bro,
was,
bro would not be the starter
How do you
for the
make
Rams
sense
ever.
of all this? And I'm telling you why I think Sean
That
McVay
shit
reacted
not
the
good.
way he did, why they made it such a big secret, and why, or obviously that Sean McVay was heavily involved in this process like I had thought all along.
But I just been around Sean. I could just watch that. Like, he's not that excited
Yeah.
about this pick. I don't care
Even
if
if
we kept
they
it a
had
secret.
secret
Even if we
meetings.
kept it
Yeah,
a secret.
I agree.
secret meeting.
So I agree.
I just
Yeah.
know
Okay.
Sean.
I
I know
agree.
you
I agree.
personally.
To your
man.
second point, to your second point that you made, to why, right? To go get somebody that can help us play, like win right now.
Yeah, 37% of their contracts are going to be extended into 2027. This is their last year. They need to win now before they got to pay people.
That's a big
I'd
factor.
be pissed.
No,
Yeah.
it's 100% a big factor. I'm not saying I fully agree with the pick, but also to that point, Mike LaFleur, who spent more time with Sean McVay the last 3 years, he even said, I was surprised that he reacted that way. Why, Skip? Because I knew how much he liked Ty Simpson. I knew how excited he was about Ty Simpson as a quarterback. That leads me to believe that it was just an act that Sean McVay put on, and he didn't want to be on camera fist pumping and jumping up and down, which could have been perceived as disrespectful to Matthew Stafford. I think he just prioritized their relationship. Was okay, was, hey, yeah, good job, buddy. We'll see it. Yeah, let's get it done. You're still a rookie. He's going to come in and compete with Stetson Bennett. That's just coach speak. Yes, he's the plan for their future. We know that with the way that they took him with the 13th overall pick. Sean McVay just didn't have to hammer that home and be jumping up and down because I think that would have been disrespectful to Stafford, or at least been perceived that way by the media.
Well, it was perceived either way it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? People had something to say either way it went, right? Either he didn't show any emotion,
Yeah.
people had something to say. If he would have showed emotion, people would have had something to say. So he was in a fucking no-win situation.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
He's
And I
in a
think he
no-win
prioritized
situation.
his relationship with
Yeah.
Stafford over a guy
Yeah,
that he's only
over
met
the
with a
first
couple
round
times.
pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 I think he's not happy.
An MVP who can win
I like his
again this
MVP
year.
a little
another
more
Super
than you
Bowl.
right now, kid.
Yes.
I know we just picked you 13, but he got this guy is he's like that.
Hey, I hope it work out for y'all, Sean. I rock with y'all.
That's another topic.
I hope it work out for y'all.
All right, I was not expecting that one to kind of light you guys up as much as it did, but wow. Let's move on to the Cowboys because we've been talking about this for a little bit now, but it is official. Took a little bit of time, but George Pickens finally signed his franchise tenure this week. So you have been very vocal, Skip, about George Pickens being more trouble than he's worth.
Yeah.
So I guess we are going to find out. But Aqib, do you like where this is heading?
You hear a lot of mixed messages about this, you know what I'm saying? One minute they say he cool with it. Next minute they say he want to trade, he not good with it. But he signed it today, I guess. Was it today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
other day. And I think it's going to head in a good direction, man. I think it is what it is. You got tagged, and you pulled up to sign it early. Like, usually, that's a sign for me right there. If you pulled up to sign it, that's a sign for me right there that you know we ain't talking no long-term deals. You pulled up, you signed the tag. That's heading in the right direction to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You in the process of rebuilding his reputation. Skip say he was more trouble than what he's worth, and he got a reputation.
He was in Pittsburgh.
He was, exactly.
Yeah.
So you got a reputation in
They gave him
Pittsburgh.
away.
You was a little late in Dallas. From what I hear, he was a great teammate. He just was a little late. So you still
He's a
rebuilding.
little late.
You just was a little late, man, fam. It's all good. It happened to the best of us. But you in the process of rebuilding this reputation, right? Yeah. So signing that tag, pulling up, going to work, the Cowboys will love that. The outside teams looking in will love that. You show up, you get your body ready to ball again, and you ball again, the Cowboys will love that. The outside looking teams, they'll love that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he liked Dallas. He wanted to be there. And that'll help him go in the right direction as well. You look at Dak. Shit, Dak got franchise tag there. He signed the shit. He pulled up, went to work. He broke his ankle that season. Mm-hmm. Shit, in the offseason, they still tagged him and then still signed his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear if he might do this. He may not have a good of a season. Man, everybody in the world know that Pickens could be a dominant X receiver.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that.
Agreed.
If they can double team him this year, Ceedee can go ham, it don't matter. They're going to say, oh, yeah, we want the guy who you got to double like that. And then our other dude to go ham. So if he get hurt, that's part of the game. I don't think no matter, as long as you show up and clean up that reputation, all you need to do now is build that trust, show you a pro. You sign that tag, you pull up and be a pro, everything in the future going to handle itself, man. So I think it's going in the right direction. He wanted to be there. He liked the team. So I think that'll help him. Dak talking to him about how he got tagged, what happened when he got tagged. Yeah. I think that'll help him. So I think he gonna do the right shit this year.
It took you a while to talk yourself into it as you were talking. You started off like 50-50, and then I
wanted him to go ball, man.
Well, I know. Who does?
How could you not do it selfishly? Like, this is your year to show everybody you want to be the highest paid receiver in the league.
And I feel like that's why he pulled up and signed.
Not for Dallas. Do it for you.
Exactly.
And that's why he pulled up and signed it, because he like, all right, I got to show him again. All right, bet.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Like, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm trying to get that top dollar.
And it ain't like you, listen, at the position you play, you got a guy that'll throw you the ball, right?
Hell yeah.
It's been proven, right? They will throw the ball, and Dak will throw the ball, right? So, and you got another guy, man, over there where you don't have to get double teamed daily, man.
It's a great situation.
It's a great situation for you to go out and prove yourself again. And to Talib's point, right? What better time than to rebrand yourself, to show people that you've grown up, that you've matured, right? Why not for the most historic franchise there has been, the team that gets the most attention, right? In the Cowboys. Why not do it here? And in a great city in Dallas, right?
Right.
You got a quarterback that's going to throw you the ball. You proved what you can do last year. And it's not like they franchise tag you for free.
No. 27.
27
That's what I'm saying. Like it ain't like you got franchise tag for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Making 27 this year ain't nothing to thumb your nose at, right?
Exactly.
Cool. Go out and get your money, man. Go out and earn the long-term deal.
What do you think he thinks he's worth right now?
50.
What Ceedee getting?
Yeah.
Like he think he's equal to what Ceedee getting and other Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
With your reputation, it matter though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It matter. You do shit early as a rookie. When it's time for you to get paid, they gonna look back at that.
They gonna lowball you.
And then you just gotta understand it. Hopefully, you got people in his corner telling them, "Hey, bro, shit, you made this bed. We got laying it for a year.
Yeah.
We'll be right back at the table." So it is what it is. So,
hell of a year last year, man. Double down on it.
You want to go before I unleash?
You want me to go first, Skip?
At least that.
I think you're going to be opposite of us, but I agree with both with Kenyon and Aqib. I like him, and I think this shows confidence and belief in George Pickens, not only within himself, but also the Cowboys and what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. He obviously has the talent to be an X receiver, to be a star receiver in the NFL, and I think he will duplicate that same success this year in Dallas, but he also has confidence in the guys around him. He knows that Ceedee Lamb is going to be the main priority for a lot of defenses. He might get some of the double teams this year because of the way they were throwing the football, but Ceedee Lamb's going to take some of that focus off of him. He's going to get more one-on-one opportunities, which he excels at. He also knows like Kenyon said, that they have a veteran quarterback in Dak Prescott who can push the ball down the field and let him go make a play on the football, who will give him some one-on-one shots or even some two-on-one shots because he trusts him, and they built that rapport last year. They also have Javonte Williams, who they just signed to a 3-year deal. The Cowboys faced more too-high coverage than anyone else in the NFL last season. Now you start running the ball more successfully with Javonte Williams, who was a top 10 back last year. You're going to get more rotation down in the box. You're going to get some more of those one-on-one opportunities. It's so important to be two-dimensional on offense. George Pickens understands that, and he knows that he can continue to excel in Dallas and be worth more money next year.
Right.
But
that's it.
That's the biggest problem for Dallas, is if you pay him right now, okay, this is what the price tag is going to be. If he goes and balls out again next season, which I think he will, that is just going to go up and up. And now you're going to be looking at having the most expensive wide receiver room in the entire NFL between Ceedee Lamb and George Pickens. Do they want to do that? I'm not sure. It's going to be up to Stephen Jones and Jerry
Somebody
Jones.
going to do it.
A big factor in that's going to be how the defense plays this year. If they crush the draft with Caleb Downs, if they've got some great pieces this offseason, if Kenyon Williams continues to play well, if Kenny Clark steps up, if Malachi Lawrence plays well at the edge, they don't need to go spend a ton of money in free agency on defense next year. Now we can spend it on Pickens, solidify this offense, and then go make another run and have our wide receiver room set for at least the next 4 to 5 years. Skip's going to hate it. I already know.
I don't know why.
Shaking his head.
People change, Skip.
Yeah.
People can change, Skip.
Overnight?
It ain't been overnight that time.
Okay.
Is that a little time?
He behaved well last year.
Change what?
He did not behave well.
was late
He did
one
behave
time.
well.
What? No.
He was
What'd he do,
partying with
Skip?
Wait a
CD.
second.
They were
Let me-
bonding.
Team
in the
bond, he's going to talk
club.
about it.
What do you do, Skip?
Just
Him and
understand.
CD got their
I
handshake
can't
going down.
tell you
They
how much I hope all of you are all so right about this.
because me and you we in this Cowboy thing together.
Look, I understand.
You know this, right?
But you guys understand.
I'm sorry.
I went to my first Cowboy game in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl long before either of you two were even born, you Dallasites over there, right? So I want this to be great. I thought it was going to be great last year. The reason I was so bullish on this team a year ago is they stole him from Mike Tomlin for a 3rd-round pick. I'm saying, this is George freaking Pickens. He's the best jump ball artist in the league, bar none. Any deep ball, he's going to go up and find it and snatch it out of the sky. It's what he does best. Gymnastic, athletic. He's got the whole package, especially on the deep balls. And he runs after catch. He even shocked me more last year. And I'm like, Mike Tomlin said no to him. He said more trouble than worth. And I thought, okay, we got him on his contract year. We got him 1 year on his, he knows I'm playing for a deal. And what did he do? He went out and on the football field, for the most part, except for the Detroit game, he was Pro Bowl. He was more like first team All-Pro kind of receiver, right?
Should have been.
Okay, and he thought that he earned 50 or at least 45-ish million bucks. He thinks he's worth that because he earned it on the football field. And then what happened? They say, George, sorry, we're going to tag you because we don't want to do a long-term deal with you. Why don't they want to do a long-term? Why didn't they just go ahead and say, let's give him
Because
his
then they're
money?
going to tie up all their money in the offense.
No.
Financial strap.
It's going to be hard to have 2 receivers make
Yeah,
that
that's
much
tough.
money.
Yeah.
That's tough to be like
but-
the
I
Bengals.
think that's more than a
But here's the
budget.
truth of what happened. According to the Dallas Morning News, multiple times last year he was late to meetings. And you can scoff at, oh, he was late. But I've been around a lot of championship teams, and you played for championship teams, and guys aren't late for meetings. It's a unity thing. It's okay.
We don't think we ain't won one in 30 years, Skip. Let's not do that. We ain't won the Super Bowl in 30 years. We not going
Okay.
championship Cowboys, not in the same.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Let's not do that.
Okay. All right. But then he misses the bus to the Monday night Raiders game in
Man,
Las
CD.
Vegas.
Got
Huh?
Ubers.
Okay.
Man, CD.
Yeah, why are we on CD?
Okay, CD
out
missed the
pretty great.
curfew. CD was on the bus. George missed the bus to the game.
right.
And,
Vegas,
and,
right?
and again,
Vegas.
Respect it.
it's just a bus, right? It's just a bus to the game.
He balled.
Okay,
He
if
did
you
ball.
add enough of those out, it's no good. Look, I was there with Tom Landry and I was there with Jimmy Johnson. Not happening.
Right.
Your ass
With
is
who?
gone.
With who?
Jimmy. Oh, come on, man.
He cut Michael Irvin?
Hell no.
Yeah. No, was
You
Michael
Michael
ever
Irvin?
late for a meeting?
I'm pretty
Hell
sure-
no.
I'm
Hell
pretty
no.
sure
Was he
Michael
late
Irvin
for a
was late to a
practice?
meeting this
Hell
week.
no.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Michael Irvin was late to a meeting.
He was not late.
He was
to
late to
anything.
something.
He was the first there. He was the
guarantee
first
he
out.
was late to a
I
few.
was there.
He was
I
doing
there
shit
the
off
whole
the
time.
field that's worse than being late. now.
Okay,
Skip,
I
certain
know
talent.
exactly what he did. I know
All right,
more of what
so-
you know about what he
All
did
right,
off
well,
the
well,
field.
well,
That's-
I'm
was
saying,
there.
I
I'd rather
wrote
have a
books
motherfucker who
about
being
it.
late
I wrote books
than,
about
than
it.
to be doing
So
shit
them
off
at
the
the-
Okay,
field.
that's
I do
off
trust
season.
your
What do you
opinion on
tell me about off season leave? What happens?
Yeah, shit.
Okay.
Leave
All right.
ain't in it. You want to talk
Okay.
about what I used to do.
Okay, all right.
I ain't in
You couldn't hold a midnight candle to Michael Irvin off the field.
don't know now.
No, I
don't
do know. I do know. Okay, here's the point. So Jerry and Steven announced before the draft, we are not signing him long term. And it was a big signal to the league. We're open for business. If anybody wants to come with a big offer, if you want to give us a first round pick for George Pickens, you can have him. And I advocated, I said, hey, because he didn't show up for one game in Detroit and you tried to defend him, and I don't know how you could defend him. And my guy Richard Sherman blasted him after the game saying he looked uninterested and unengaged for the game, and he was. And my point is, that's why Jerry and Steven say we can't do this. We can't go 5 years, 4 years, 3 years for
Right.
George Pickens. It's just, you can't trust it. I wish you could. You can trust it for long stretches, but then here and there, no, you can't trust it. And what happened? The reason they couldn't trade him is because he delayed signing the tag. He needed to sign the tag to get traded because the team that's going to trade for him needs to know I've got him for a year under contract, for the one tag
Exactly.
year. Okay, so
And that's probably why he ain't get traded for no one, because you couldn't trade for him because he ain't signing.
that is correct. And so he delayed
Why would I
until
help-
the week
why would I
after the
help?
draft to sign the tag.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we
right
got,
move.
what do you always say about OTAs, voluntary, involuntary, whatever. You need to be there, right? And I'm just going to guess he's not going to be there. I don't know. He missed the first ones because he hadn't signed the tag yet.
Right.
But now we're going to have a series of them building up to a June one that is mandatory.
Yep.
And he's not built to have the tag on him. He's got a weird pouty personality, and I think he's going to pout this year.
But that's
Well, hold on, let me just.
Okay, all right.
So all this information that was coming out. So he only played for two teams, right?
Yep.
Pittsburgh and Cowboys.
Yeah.
Do you think a small part of it is who did he have throwing him the ball in Pittsburgh?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll wait.
Justin Fields.
Who else?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
And
What
Russ
else?
was there.
If I'm a deep,
Russ.
if I'm
Yeah, Russ.
listen, if I'm a
Russell
receiver,
Wilson.
right, and my
Yep.
job, my livelihood is based on me
Yep.
catching
No,
the
I-
ball getting thrown to me and me catching it, right?
Yep.
And I'm an elite at it,
Yep.
and they not getting me the ball.
Yep.
And they can't get me the ball. And you just, this quarterback, this shit, this quarterback, we 5 quarterbacks in now. And I'm the problem? Because I want somebody in here, this bitch to throw me the ball, and I'm voicing that.
Okay.
And you overthrowing me or underthrowing me, and I'm, but I'm the issue? Like, nah.
Wide receiver is the most dependent position.
Yeah, so that's my thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problem,
Yeah.
he could be an asshole, he could be the biggest whatever there possibly could be. But I look at the situation that he was in Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, that
Okay.
contributed to it, right? Contribute. Then you go to Dallas and you got a guy that's throwing you the ball, right?
And your stats looking
And
nice.
you're
You're
like,
looking
it's
nice.
like, shit,
and
okay.
all we hear
I
is-
got a time issue. Yeah, we can work on
And that's
that.
all we hear is he late.
Right,
we
we
hear
can-
Dak say, oh,
Yeah, I can work on
teammate.
this.
Him and CD, buddy.
Yeah, they got
And then
the
guess what you-
handshake. They're
He's
hitting
a
it
great
out.
teammate.
And you talk
we
about
just talking about him being
you
late.
talk about the
cool.
bad game where he didn't show up against Detroit. What about all the
Hey,
other
listen.
games he showed up? You don't have 1,500 receiving
Hey,
yards.
And then you
but
go
that's
look
because
at
you don't
that
play
bad game.
consistently.
Skip say I can't defend it, but we go look at that bad game. Who got 140 yards receiving in the first half? CD do. Why? Because everybody want to double him, then he gonna go crazy. So you're right. I'm not interested if y'all just gonna double me. I'm gonna run these bullshit routes and let CD go crazy.
Okay. And
Then that
who
report coming
won
from
that
one
game
person,
easily? The Lions did.
They
Was
did.
that not the
That's
turning
'cause CD
point?
got hurt.
Was that not the turning point game of the year for
But
the
that's
Dallas
because CD
Cowboys?
got
But you guys also
that's
had the
because CD
worst-
got hurt though.
Worst
CD got a
defense that could
concussion
possibly
in the
fucking
second
be.
quarter.
Wait a
Franchise
second.
History.
Okay, you're right.
And
But
CD
what
got
did-
hurt in the
what-
second
wait,
quarter.
what had we just done? We had just beaten the Eagles in 4 days. We beat the Eagles and the Chiefs back to back, the 2 Super Bowl teams from the previous year. And now we go to Detroit for a Thursday night game. We are hot. We got a shot to catch the Eagles and win the East.
And it was
steal the
looking
East.
good, Skip,
Yeah.
until CD got a concussion.
Okay.
So, I mean, it wasn't like
I
they
thought
just-
we were looking good until George Pickens on the opening
not
play
gonna
of
put
the
it on
second
him.
half didn't try for
You're
a
not going to
slam.
put it on him, Skip.
Nah,
we watch
nah.
these games.
Yeah,
that was a
We watch. I watch in
That
depth.
corner made a hell of a play. on
Yeah,
that.
trust me.
Made a hell of a play on that.
Yeah.
That's
Does
one
Richard
play.
Sherman know football?
But I'm not going to put everything on one guy's, say this guy don't care because he watched one game and one possession. Like, no.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman, I'm pretty sure when there have been plays where you knew the ball wasn't coming your way and
Plenty times, bro.
you jammed him at the line and
Plenty
was like,
times.
oh, the ball, that's a run play. Your ass didn't finish the. No, we're not going to do
Plenty
that.
times.
We're not going to do that.
I don't think the Cowboys using the franchise tag on George Pickens is mainly because they question his character.
Not at all.
Because they're
They
doing
can't afford to pay him right now.
Yeah, exactly. They want to do it because of
They don't wanna pull
salary
the
cap.
Bengals.
Yeah.
We can franchise tag him, pay him $27 million. Let's see what he looks like in year 2 of this offense with Dak, with Ceedee, with Shai, and then if we think he's worth the money next year, which I
It's
think
still
he will
gonna-
be,
but it's still gonna be
they can
tough to
figure
pay
out.
him,
They
right?
can figure out a way maybe to be able to extend him to pay him to make it make sense with
they
their
all
Or-
figured out a
salary
way.
cap.
Or they franchise
you
him
can
again.
restructure. You can.
Or they franchise him
And
again.
Skip, if
and,
they
the-
did
and the numbers
franchise-
going up next year, right? So,
Yeah.
And if they did franchise him because of his character, that's okay.
yeah.
Just show. That's why you sign it early.
Okay.
Show up and be a pro.
And the only thing that
Just
you
be on
said
time.
is this time
Hey, guys,
issue,
That's
right?
it. Just be on time, bro.
Only
That's
thing
it.
is this time, right? Hey,
That's it. I'm gonna do the same shit I did on the field, and I'm gonna try my hardest to be on time. That's gonna make it. That's more of an incentive to get that 50, because it ain't gonna be 50 next year. It's gonna be 55.
Yeah, it's going to go
Yeah.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
every year.
You know, this year right here is going to either make me the
Oh, I
highest paid
understand.
receiver in the league or, like, come on, bro, it's the opportunity of a
Okay,
lifetime.
do you
I
guys,
guarantee
do
he
you
be
guys
easy.
respect Mike Tomlin?
easy. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know it, but from afar, yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
Me too.
And he said no.
Okay.
And he had him for 3 years, and he said, you know what? Never going to grow up. Can't
But who
trust
did he
him."
just
But
have
like I-
before Pickens, though?
AB.
So come on, Skip. Like he
Coming
just
off
had-
AB
he
and
just
dealing
had
with
the
that.
hottest receiver in the league.
Like, yeah.
Skip, like he's a younger player. Guys grow up. A change of scenery sometimes benefits them. They get around some other guys. Maybe being side by side with Ceedee Lamb and
And
following the way that he's
like I
a
said,
pro.
and Mike Tomlin didn't
there's
do
other
him no
factors
favors
involved.
by picking the quarterbacks they picked, man.
Mike
Yeah.
Tomlin was done
So-
with everybody because he quit the next year. I'm just done, period. So shit, he was already burnt out. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
what?
That's my thing. I'm not
You
gonna
think he
put
quit?
like he played for two
Hey, he
people.
was done.
Played for two
Sit down,
franchises.
bro. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Give him opportunity. Like if it continues, if some more things come out besides him being late, if he's a bad locker room guy, he's not doing this, he's not reading the playbook, he's not showing up to meetings, then all right, cool, right? Being late. Listen, I played with Carmelo Anthony, great basketball player, I would think. Time wasn't his best attribute,
Yeah.
right? You play with players, time not their best attribute.
Okay. And
What do you-
Carmelo won what?
But still that don't diminish who he is as a player, though.
Yeah.
Does it?
Well, I'm
Does
just
it?
saying. The
I was always on time. Did I win shit? No.
You were just
so
in
it don't
the-
matter. Like, listen,
You were at
I'm
the
very
wrong
prompt,
place at the wrong time.
and I'm very prompt, right?
Yeah.
I'm on time for everything. I'm
Okay.
early for everything. I ain't got a championship ring, not wasn't
Okay.
one. So
Did
listen,
you want your teammates
Hey.
to be on time with you?
that is out of my control, Skip. Do you know what I control?
Yeah.
When I push that button in my car and that bitch start up, and when I leave my house, that's all I can control.
Yeah.
Right?
But Skip, I felt like I went to New England and balled, right? I felt like, damn, I got traded here. I did everything I needed to do. I balled. Shit, they signed me to a one-year deal, and it was because this, and they gave me all the rundown of the list. But it was just like, all right, well, shit, I'm going to pout about the shit, or I'm going to
Own it.
show up, own it, be a pro, and go get this sack. It's like it's just another. He gonna feel more pressure to ball this year than he did last year. You thought it was a proven year last year?
Yep.
Watch Pickens this year.
Okay.
Watch
Lee's-
Pickens this year.
To Lee's point, man, like
Watch.
when you are a certain thing in a certain way, we make uncomfortable beds that we got to get our Tempur-Pedic pillow
Is what it
and
is.
our soft blanket and hey, get comfortable in that bed because we made it, right?
Right.
Is what it is.
Only thing you can do is get out and make that bed up. Hey, see, hey, I've learned. That's it.
I covered Tom Landry's Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson's Cowboys, and they won a whole bunch of chips, and nobody was late because they would not allow late. I was on 2 team planes that the door shut and we rolled, leaving players behind. Because when it's time to go, whatever the itinerary says, the door slams and you go, because that's how you built championship character for a football team. That's all I'm saying.
And we're not agreeing that he should be late. Obviously, we don't want any of our teammates to do that. We're just saying allow him to have this year to learn and grow from his mistakes and take another step forward and prove that he can be worth all that money, because the play on the field is absolutely worth it. Now, okay, so he starts showing up to meetings and doing things differently and being – we're talking about a couple instances, too. We're not talking about him being late to every single game and it being an issue or a distraction throughout the entire season. He was late. He was disciplined. He learned from it. He still produced at a high level. Now we're giving him an opportunity to continue to grow from that.
Okay.
All right, let's stick on the Cowboys.
You're right.
Let's stick on the Cowboys
He
subject.
finished what he did, though. You can't take back what he did on that field last year.
No, except for Detroit.
It's tough to
You
I'm
ain't gonna
not giving you
keep
Detroit.
going with
I'm
that
not
shit,
giving
Skip.
you
We gonna watch
Detroit.
that game,
Right.
Skip. We gonna sit down and
Because you and Richard Sherman had a problem with him not extending all the way out on
the deep ball.
On the deep
on the
ball,
inside,
motherfucker. You wanted to
exactly
lay
what
out
he
and throw,
Richard
dislocate his shoulder on the ball that he can't catch.
Nah, because we not TV. Aaron watched it in person, so you know you can't see what's going on in person, and you watched it on the TV copy.
Okay.
And listening to Sherman, like,
Opening
we're not doing it.
slant, we got to get that play. Then we got an out throw in the third quarter.
When he
then
was
we got
dead
a deep
and
ball.
he was waiting for the ball, and then the ball's coming to me.
Yeah. Maybe you could try for it. I don't know. You could try for it. I don't know.
So that's 3 plays out of the 996 he played all
It's
season.
the game of the year. It's turning point. If you win it, you are off to the races.
So you play position,
never
right?
I guarantee you, the first thing that Dak Prescott said in the film room on that go ball, that ball that was inside, that's on me. I got to get that to the outside shoulder. You ran a great route.
And the Cowboys was never
Hey, so y'all
off to the
script y'all
races
plays,
with the
right?
worst defense in the league.
Y'all script y'all first. What?
First 15,
right?
First 15.
I'm gonna defend George Pickens in this manner, right? We didn't script these plays. We didn't ran these plays day in, day out for the last 4 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on this particular play, he ain't threw me the ball not one time, right?
Yeah.
He didn't threw the ball. We didn't ran this play 30 times,
Yep.
and he didn't threw this ball over there 30 times to the other side. What makes me think on the 31st time when we're in the game that he's going to throw this ball to me?
And I got a guy underneath and a guy over top.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
He shouldn't even threw it to him.
And he should, he knows the coverage. He knows
I know the coverage.
Yeah, that's my like. No, we're not like you
This
put
ball's
that
going
man in
over
harm's
here.
way. You talking about the slant? You didn't put that man in harm's way. Like,
Yeah.
this man, that linebacker sitting right there that said, "Man, I'm not finna go get that."
I'm going to let it go through
Alligator.
my hands to him, and he's going to go the other way with
alligator.
it, and we're dead.
Still tried to catch the ball.
Me,
The man allowed to make
so I got a decision to make. Me getting a concussion or this pick six. Sorry, Dak.
And then that wasn't even a decision that he made. He still went after the ball.
Yeah,
The
I'm
corner
just-
went after the ball.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But if it is, hey.
All right, clearly Skip's on an island on this take over here.
No, but I hope they're right. I'm just being honest.
With this Lions
I'm
game.
saying
Yeah.
what I
Hey.
see.
Skip doesn't like any of his
got
players.
trauma with
Hold
the
on,
Cowboys.
Skip, I got a question, Skip.
I love.
I don't know if you like the
Skip,
Cowboys.
minus the Lions game,
Yeah.
how was George Pickens?
He just said all pro. You said
Right?
all pro.
Minus the Lions game, how was George Pickens overall for our Cowboys?
Just a
When
little
I
late.
needed him most,
He was there.
that happened.
Okay.
All pro?
Well, I think you're going to be on an island on this one as well, but we're going to continue on the Cowboys because I got a fun little ESPN. Matt Miller ranked the top 100 draft picks in 2026 in the draft, and the criteria was value, talent, scheme fit, and among other things. So, to none of our surprise, but to your surprise,
No, it's not to my surprise.
okay, but you've been hating on him or not excited about the pick.
No, Hayden was the right.
No, I didn't hate.
Okay, thank you. Caleb Downs ranked as the best pick in the entire draft. Okay? Skip, what's your reaction to this?
Okay, this is Matt Miller's
Yes.
mock draft. So he's
Based on
going
value.
Yes,
Value.
Yes.
He's patting himself on the back, saying, "I ranked him as the best defensive player in the draft. I had him third on my big board in rank, right?" And so he's saying, for Dallas to get him at 11, then he qualifies, according to me, Matt Miller, as the best pick in the draft on value because I ranked him up there, right?
Yeah.
But
That's
we
what this
think that
says.
too.
Okay. I said this. Caleb Downs is the mock draft Hall of Fame. He's already made it into the mock draft Hall of Fame because everybody loved him to the point that I kept saying, well, wait a second. Is he better at safety than Reuben Bain is as an edge rusher? So my point was, I told you, it's a very solid pick. I thought it was a very good pick. Is it better than Ruben Bain? No, not to me. And I planted my flag early on this show. I said, stay at 12 and take Ruben Bain. Watch what Ruben Bain is going to do as a pass rusher for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because it's going to be very special. And my point about the safety position, it's not nearly as important as edge rusher or cornerback. And you agree with me about that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so how can you be the best player in the draft on defense if you play safety? You can't, unless you show me that you're Ed Reed in college. You show me you're at the U and you're Ed Reed, and every other ball you're getting your hands on it. Not big ball production. I told you, the two analysts that I believe in the most for over many years, Lance Zierlein at NFL.com and Dane Brugler at The Athletic with The Beast, his big draft report. They both question his ball production because there's not much there. 2 interceptions at Alabama, 2 at Ohio State, 2 at Ohio State. 3 forced fumbles over 3 years. He's not one of those Earl Thomases, those Ronnie Lotts. I could go on and on. I could go to Dallas, to Darren Woodson. He's not a fierce tackler. He's just as secure a tackler as you'll ever see from the safety position, where he is never going to make a mistake. He's not going to miss a tackle. Does he make enough plays?
Sounds like a great player.
When is that an issue?
That sounds like a
When is that an issue playing defense?
Let me ask you
Give
a
me
question.
one of those on defense.
I'm polling my guy.
Skip,
No, he ain't getting
you look
no
at
Skip.
Philly defense, right? Would you say that Nolan Smith is more important than Cooper DeJean?
Nolan Smith, no.
No?
He's not. No.
So, I mean, that's an edge player, starting
Okay,
edge
sort
player,
of, but
and
he
that's
plays
Cooper DeJean.
linebacker. I mean, he's more of a linebacker than a pure pass rusher to me.
All right, so
Okay, you knew
who else they had?
Okay.
Any edge from the Eagles.
Okay.
Any edge you want to name, not Jalen Carter. Let's name the edges.
Okay, wait a
Who are
second.
them? Hunt.
Who did the Eagles take in the second round last year? Do you remember? Makuba from Texas.
Right.
Ball skills. All, and he tore his knee up, or he would have been. He was already off to the races.
Okay, yeah.
Because he is really good. He's got ball hawk instincts that man was born with, that I don't see in Caleb Downs. But I'm not saying it's a terrible pick. I'm just saying Ruben Bain is a better pick. And then I'm going to go right down his list real quick for you. Who is second on that list? You probably don't have it there. Second on Matt Miller's list.
Oh,
Bailey.
no, I don't have it.
No, Jermod McCoy. Okay, so what did I say? I came right in here the next day. I said, Jermod McCoy is sitting on the table for Dallas late in the third round. And they take Barham from Michigan, who's sort of a combo edge linebacker. You could have had Jermod McCoy. And what does he say about Jermod McCoy? That he had him ranked 10th overall, and he went 101st. And this is part of the Cowboy draft. This is why I'm saying, Jerry, what are you doing, man?
And
you could have had. Is Jermod McCoy a corner? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Dallas is in win-now mode right now. Jermod McCoy with the knee injury might not be ready for a couple years. The Raiders have time to wait for that while they're building their roster. Dallas needs someone that can plug and play this year because they have the offense ready to win. They need the defense to be ready to win as well.
Okay.
So
then,
Josh Sweat was more important on that defense than Cooper DeJean?
Josh Sweat was more important.
He was more important than Cooper DeJean?
Yeah, because he could rush the passer. Yeah.
I totally don't agree with it. I feel like Cooper DeJean was one of the most important people on the Eagles defense. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what Caleb Downs would be for the Cowboys defense. He would be Cooper DeJean for the Cowboys. It's the same system. He's going to come in and guard your best inside player, running back, tight end. He's going to be a third down, dominant guy. Okay. And Cooper DeJean, you like him as a player though, right? You love him, right?
Yeah.
He's all pro.
Yeah, I don't think
he's all pro.
He got
2 interceptions in 2 years.
Okay.
2 forced fumbles. But he put his thumbprint on every fucking game that the Eagles
always
play.
Around the football.
He's always around the ball. He's smart. He knows what's going to happen.
Well, he did make a big play in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Pick six.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about a guy who make plays. Caleb Downs is going to be the Cooper DeJean of the Cowboys
Caleb Downs
defense.
Picks off a pass in the Super Bowl and houses it, then you got me on this because that would mean we're in the Super Bowl and we're winning, right?
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
And you'll finally stop.
But the playmaking aspect of it.
All right, real quick. Then I go to the 4th ranked on his list. On value pick, it's Mekhi Lemon. And he says, Lemon ranked as my top wide receiver in this class. Okay, well, did I not? I planted my flag on that. Who allowed the Philadelphia Eagles to pick Mekhi Lemon? Who allowed that? Who made that possible? Jerry Jones made that possible because he sat there like a fool and said, "Oh, sure, Howie, I'll take couple of fourth-round picks, and I'll let you move up to 20 so you can take exactly what the doctor ordered for your offense. Mekhi Lemon is exactly what they needed to go.
What was he supposed to do, Skip?
Okay.
Not trade. Well, I guess he could have not traded with the Eagles, right?
You take Messidor because he's sitting on the table, and the Chargers took him.
But you got edges though,
Okay.
Skip.
Yeah.
That ain't the need.
And you got an interior defensive lineman
Couldn't guard
who
nobody on
can
the back
also
end,
get
man.
after the quarterback as well.
We watched him okay, man.
Okay, then I go down. He ranked 100 picks
Gotta
on
have
value.
him down.
Okay, here's back to Matt Miller. His 23rd overall on value is Keontae Scott. What did I tell you about Keontae Scott? He's sitting on the table for the Cowboys, and they take Devin Moore out of Florida, who's been hurt, and I don't get it. Like, it's a swing and miss. Keontae Scott is a game changer to me because he gets hands on football and he is a demon blitzer coming off the edge. He just got that thing, you either have it or you don't. You got that kamikaze thing where you just throw your body in and you're always at the right place at the right time. And Dallas left him on the table. I'm showing you, you missed. And then his 26th ranked player on value is Ruben Bain going to Tampa, and he says that Jason Light was in love with his skills. Well, so was I. So, again, none of this surprises me because Matt Miller's just saying, see, I told you so, right? He's patting himself on the back saying, Caleb Downs is the best pick in the draft because I had him ranked number 3 overall. He's the 3rd best player in the draft, and he went 11th. Okay? Congratulations, Matt Miller. You got me. But 10 times teams said no to Caleb Downs. That gives me some pause. If he's the best defensive player, well, come on, 10 times.
But to that point, Skip, you just said you agree with him by taking that Jermod McCoy's number 2, that Mekhi Lemon's right there as well. You agree with those
on
picks.
him too.
Those guys got passed over too.
Okay.
And now you're saying it's a problem though when it comes to Caleb
Ruben
Downs.
Bain got passed over too.
Okay, I'm doing my mock draft. I'm sure I'm on the record on this show, sitting right in this seat right here.
You said
I said
Bain at
here,
12.
here, and here. I was on the record before. I'm not hindsight 2020 second guessing. I told you what I believed. Take Bain at 12 and Messidor at 20. And they did not.
You still gonna have holes in the nickel. You still
okay. All right,
They don't got no holes right now.
They got 1,000 holes.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Who they got?
Oh, come on. Okay.
They got edge players. They 5 deep on the edge right now.
Where's the hole?
Without Messidor and Bain.
Okay, with what? With what they had last year?
Rashawn Gary, with Ezeraku, with Quentin Williams, who can rush the
And
passes
with
from
the
inside.
23rd
Barham,
pick they picked.
got Barham.
Wait a
Y'all
second.
just picked the guy, Malachi
Okay,
Lawrence.
I told you, Green Bay was
By
ready
committee.
to cut Rashawn Gary. They were about to cut him, and Dallas said, well, we'll give you something for him, right?
Great, he'll give you 7 to 9 sacks every year.
He underachieved the whole time there. He never lived up. I know him cold.
Well, that's like saying
Okay.
Messidor, he underachieved for 4 years at Miami.
And he didn't last year.
Well, that's 1 year.
Is this man
26.
Is this man a
He
Cowboys fan or
underachieved
not?
from
Hey,
18
Kenyon,
to
we've been
24.
trying to figure that out.
I thought I was hard on the Cowboys, me
Wow.
being from
Skip, I
Dallas
saw
and
you
being a
on Twitter
Cowboys
that-
fan.
No, but you should.
Oh, listen, Jack.
Mid-season, he was thinking the
Skip
Cowboys
not
were
a
going to
Cowboys
Super
fan.
Bowl.
No,
I
he was
was.
excited, and then they broke his heart.
No.
So he's got
Skip
just
don't
a
fuck with
little
the Cowboys.
heartbroken
I ain't
right
naive
now.
like-
Hey, I saw this man in
I
a
ain't that
Jalen Hurts
naive.
jersey the other day on Twitter.
Yeah.
I know, I did see that too.
Yeah.
What was that?
No.
They deserved it.
See,
You
Skip,
gonna see, Skip.
I oppose, man. I agree. I think this was the best value pick in this entire draft. Caleb Downs at 11 was an absolute steal. Aqib talked about it, man. He can do multiple things for you on the defensive side of the ball. I hate going against him as a quarterback because as an offensive player, what do you want to do? I want to show you some window dressing. Let's get some shifts and motions. Let's go play action. Let's get some misdirection. You can't fool him. He is always around the football. He has great instincts, and he can diagnose what the defense or what the offense is doing, which allows him to play quickly.
Agreed.
Also,
just like
who has he learned from? He's learned from Nick Saban and Matt Patricia. 2 guys that are we could all say are one of the best or 2 of the best at or defensive minds in either college or the NFL. He's going to be pro ready from day one. And if you saw a video between him and Matt Patricia in the green room, what'd they say?
Eagles
They said,
defense.
This is the Eagles defense. This is what we wanted. I talked to Shadi last night. Now you go and play. Now let's go prove it. This is what he wanted because he knows how he can fit in Christian Parker's defense. I think he's going to be an immediate impact player from day one. And you know what else he does a great job of when you watch him on tape? He's the quarterback of the defense. Dallas last year was 30th in total defense. They're the only team that gave up over 30 points per game. They couldn't stop the run. They were terrible in pass defense as well. Why? Big part of the problem was not being lined up pre-snap, so they had no chance to be successful post-snap. Caleb Downs is the type of player that can make sure everybody's lined up, know where the ball's going, because he studied film, because he's an instinctive player,
Right.
and he's going to immediately make your defense better from day one. When I think of value, what do you think about? The best player available, and does he address a positional need? Yes and yes. And
where we got him.
And where we got him. That's what I'm saying. At that point in time, he was the best value pick, in my opinion.
You think he's going to make a lot of plays, like splash plays?
Yes, because you can play him as a high safety on the back end. You can play him as a nickel defender to cover a tight end or a slot. And then you can also play him down in the box to help their run defense as well. He can do multiple
I think
different
he's
things.
gonna add more to Dallas defense than Ruben Bain would have added at 11.
Agreed.
I just asked Lieb a question. So he's like a
don't.
Kyle Hamilton kind of a player, and he said yes. So if he plays, if he
Great. Nobody's
that same
mentioned
move-
Malachi Lawrence because it was a real reach to take him that high.
You're right.
At
We'll see.
23.
He one of them you got to wait and see guys. So
Okay,
we're going to wait
let's
and
see.
see. We're going to see
And
what
yeah,
we
That's
give
a
you.
fair take.
I loved Ezra Waku last.
Me too.
I really thought, because I watched him a lot at BC, and I thought he would flash off the edge, and he didn't until maybe the last couple of games. He's a little undersized, and I think it took him a while to get his legs underneath him.
See, the thing with Dallas, they don't need a 19 sack guy off the edge.
No.
Because they paying the guy who they got an Aaron Donald. Our sack's gonna come right from in the middle right here. This is our sack guy. Every team in the league don't got that.
Yeah.
The Cowboys got Quentin Williams. They got the best interior pass rusher in the league, right in the middle. So
Yeah.
And in this 3-4 defense, Quentin Williams can line up over the center, but he can also line up over the tackle or shade a guard and get pressure from that side, which will give some one-on-ones outside of him too. No, I thought they added some good pieces. I think Caleb Downs was a great
Yeah.
pick.
Last quick point on Bain. I saw a great quote. It was anonymous in The Athletic in Mike Sando's column, and it was about Ruben Bain falling to 15, and it was some NFL executive said the public narrative was that he has short arms and that always fails. The quote goes on, a lot of these teams won't take the heat for that. They don't go with what they saw on tape. They're worried about the analytics crowd killing them. And that's what happened with Ruben Bain, because at the Combine, people were talking about Ruben Bain going second overall.
Yep.
That was the big deal until he had T-Rex arms, right? Okay, so
well, we'll see.
that's
We'll see.
steal.
We'll
That's
see
a
if it
steal.
affect him in the league or if it don't affect him in the league.
You know what I see? I see production on tape at Miami when I watch Ruben Bain. I see a guy that I think can make plays.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys who had production in college and get to the league and don't have production.
vice versa, right, guys?
And guys who didn't have production
It's all
in college get to the league.
questions.
So we just got to wait and see.
System, situations, all of that matters, man.
Plus-
Like, people be focused so much on what guys can't do or what they're not, and rather than what they do well or how they stand out.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy to me how you just pinpoint one or two things that he physically can't help. His arm length, he physically can't help that, but everything else that he does great, his arm length outweighs his production of what he did on the field. Is crazy to me.
No.
Well, Skip, I hope the Cowboys heal your broken heart this year. That's what
Thank
I'm
you.
really hoping for. So we can see your
Cowboys
Cowboy
about the ball.
fandom come back. You talked to her a little bit about the Steelers having a wishy-washy quarterback situation for a while. Still pretty wishy-washy. We don't know what's going on. So the Steelers use their very rare UFA tender on Aaron Rodgers this week.
I've
So
even heard of that.
yeah, this means that if Rodgers signs with another team, they will receive a compensatory.
Just say compensatory pick, but it's a
comp pick next year. So they'll receive a pick if he signs with another team. This also means that the Steelers have exclusive negotiating rights on Rodgers if he does not sign with another team by the start of training camp.
Yeah.
So even though the Steelers drafted Penn State quarterback Drew Aller, Mike McCarthy says that there's no bearings on their situation with Aaron Rodgers. So we've been confused on the Aaron Rodgers situation for a while. We all thought we would know by the draft. That's kind of what we were talking about. But Cody, what will the Steelers do at quarterback?
Yeah, this obviously raises more questions, but I don't think it was a big deal. I think this was just an insurance policy by the Pittsburgh Steelers because, like you said, if they sign him or if Rodgers signs somewhere else before July 22nd, which is the start of training camp, then they can get a comp pick for him. If he doesn't, then they can sign him and they have exclusive rights to him. So that's the important factor in all this. They're just saying in case he goes elsewhere, we're going to try to get something out of it since we've kind of been in the waiting the last 2 years with Aaron Rodgers. I don't mind that at all. But even with this happening, I still think Aaron Rodgers is going to be the Steelers' starting quarterback in 2026.
I
He
do
proved
too.
last year that he can still play in this league. It might not be 4-time MVP Aaron Rodgers, and I know you're going to shake your head at this, Skip, but I think he still has enough arm talent to play at a high level in the NFL. He might have lost a step or two mobility-wise, but he still showed, especially late in the season, in some of those colder weather games, that he can make big-time throws when he need to, and he did it to win the division against the Baltimore Ravens in that game, the last game of the season. He also threw for 24 touchdowns and 7 interceptions with a run game that was non-existent and a defense that struggled for the majority of the year. So I think he still has enough to help the Steelers get to where they need to get. Also, they have what they believe to be a win-now roster right now. So they need a veteran quarterback to come in that can help them win games. And they made some moves this offseason as well to bulk up the offense. They traded for Michael Pittman Jr. to give him another option at wide receiver, and they also went and signed Rico Dowdle to improve the run game as well. It wouldn't make sense to me for the Steelers to do all of that, to keep the guys on defense, to retain a lot of those playmakers that they're paying a lot of money, and then have a young quarterback come into play. Because if Rodgers doesn't start, well, if he doesn't start, I think Will Howard would be the starter, but none of those situations are ideal for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. Because if you look at it, Mason Rudolph is a backup. He's a good backup, but you know what you have in him. He's not the long-term answer.
You think Will Howard would start over?
I think Will Howard would be the best option. I'll say why in a second. But the other option is Drew Aller, and that was their third-round pick. I don't think he'll be ready either. He's also coming off an injury. I think he has a high ceiling, but it's going to take him a little bit of time to get there. He's not the short-term answer. If Rodgers doesn't start, I do think Will Howard would be the best option. He's got great size, got better mobility than people give him credit for. He played really well his last season at Ohio State when he won a national championship. Threw for 35 touchdowns, 73% completion percentage too.
Yeah.
So he knows how to get the ball to his playmakers in space so they can do the rest. He also ran for 7 touchdowns as well, which would be important to be able to move around in the pocket. But I do think, with all that being said, I think Aaron Rodgers will still be the starting quarterback next year. People are reading too much into this. This was just an insurance policy. It was a smart move by the Steelers because if he's not there, we can still get a comp pick if he signs elsewhere before fall camp.
Well, thank you for explaining that to me, because I ain't never heard of that shit. Like, that's
it's very, very, very rare.
super
And you don't,
rare.
and it's very rare to see it on quarterbacks too.
If you're gonna play, we want first dibs.
Like,
Yes.
bruh,
Yeah.
I ain't
You gonna
never
play-
even
Hey,
heard of
If you go somewhere else and lead us on, and
we need something
we
for
wait
it.
for you,
Yeah.
we're getting something for it at least.
Absolutely.
But I think A-Rod will be there. He just,
I agree.
He just
Yeah.
doing what A-Rod do. You know, he gotta go get in the darkness. He gotta do his darkness retreat. He gotta meditate. You know what I'm saying? He gotta do what he do. It's like
Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca. He gotta
Yeah.
get ready for the season.
For the
That's
fifth
what he
time.
do.
He's done
Yeah.
purely.
But I think May 18th, that's when OTAs start for Philly. For Pittsburgh. So hopefully by May 18th, he have an answer and he's there. So I think he'll be there. If he's not, I think it'll be Will Howard.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's just gonna end his career how it ended last year. Man, you showed you still can play, and you got a win now team in front of you. I mean, at least he went to the playoffs, Skip. You know, you shaking your head. At least he went to the playoffs.
Then
Won
what
the
happened?
division. And
He won the division, went to the playoffs.
Man.
That's showing, all right, I still got a little
It's
something.
not a fucking tough division to win last year.
I'm just saying, tough or not,
Last
he won
year
it.
was
somebody had to win.
It was a piece
Somebody
of
had to
cake.
win. Absolutely.
Somebody had to win it.
Absolutely.
And he won it.
Yeah.
And you know what
True.
I'm saying? He threw the
True.
ball solid.
Yeah.
So I just don't think he gonna hang it up from how it looked last year, man.
I do.
You got a nice opportunity to shoot your last shot. They brought a couple weapons in. They improved the team for you.
Got your running
I mean,
game.
it's not like you gonna go. I don't see why the tag is relevant, because where else is he gonna
Yeah.
go?
Yeah.
You gonna go back to New York? No, they don't have a chance to win nothing. They tanking for Arch. You gonna go to Arizona? That might be the only other place you can go, but they don't look like they ready to win right now. They got a new coach. They
Yeah.
knew everything. They don't look ready to win. So if you're trying to win right now, I would go to Pittsburgh. So it's only one place to go. So
Or stay home.
or stay home. Like, I'm either gonna stay
Yeah.
home. If I want to win, I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh.
And they also hired Mike McCarthy, who he has a relationship with and won a Super Bowl with. So that
exactly. So
continuity.
I really
you have
didn't
it.
understand the
He's
tag.
playing again.
Yeah.
Because I don't see him going nowhere else.
Yep.
But even if he retired, they get a pick from him.
Because he
do they
understands
get something
Mike's
from him
system,
if he retire?
I don't think they do, right, Skip?
No.
I think
Yeah,
it's
so
only,
I don't
it's
even-
only
Just if
the,
he signs somewhere else.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
also
see, I don't see the point of the
this
tag.
also too another incentive. This gives him a 10% raise with his contract, so he'll make $15 million this year, which would be 10% more than he made last year.
True.
So it's
And he
Like,
know
I ain't
Mike's
see the point of the
system
tag
already,
because
right?
he's not gonna go nowhere else. It's nowhere else to go. So
interesting.
either he'll be there or he'll be home. I think he'll be there by May 18th when OTA start.
That's fair.
Or July.
Whatever it is, he'll
Yeah.
be.
That ain't
22nd, he'll be there.
If you're trying to win, you're not gonna pull up in July.
Yeah.
If I'm like, all right, I'm shooting my last shot, trying to win. If I pull up in July, I'm not trying to win. You got to pull up and establish some type of cohesiveness in May if you plan on winning. So he been around for a long time. I'm sure he knows what it takes to win. So May 18th, his ass will be there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he knows Mike McCarthy's system. He's played for him, won a Super Bowl with him. He knows him well.
They better not come out and run that old ass.
I'm just saying, he knows it. So, he's pretty smart from what I hear. So, yeah, I think he'll be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, they could build off it, though. I think they would.
Yeah,
they would build off of what they did well.
You can't build off it if you show up in July.
No, I agree.
You better show up May 18th.
And then they got their running back that kicked the Cowboys' ass last year.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle.
He did.
Rico Dowdle.
Kicked the Cowboys' ass last year.
Yeah, that's why I say they got him.
He didn't really
like
kick anybody
Dowdle a
else's
lot.
ass, but he kicked ours.
Yeah, absolutely. For us,
He had a little-
for us not
he had a
resigning
little
him.
run.
He had a
Hey,
little
for the
run where he
Cowboys
was
not
running
resigning
back
him, he like, I got something for you.
About 6 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I got something for you. Y'all didn't resign. Y'all didn't want me. I got something for you.
Yeah.
But no, I
So-
think he'll be the starting quarterback again.
I do think he will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it will be yet again a mistake. He's washed, and I'm going to say it again.
Damn.
I'll give you this. His QBR has improved each of his last 3 full starting years. The last year in Green Bay, he was 26th in the league in QBR. That one full year with the Jets, he was 25th in QBR. And last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was 23rd in the National Football League in QBR. And
Getting better.
He's getting better with age, just a little better, but he's still in the 20s. And they did get to a home playoff game, and they lost it 30-6, and he had a QBR of 15. For those who don't know, scale of 1 to 100, 15, threw for a grand total of 146 yards. Sack fumble early fourth quarter broke the game open, 30-6. And I'm glad you brought up Will Howard. I've always liked Will Howard. You know Will Howard from Ohio State.
Of course I like him.
mean, he won the national championship. I know he had a lot of weapons. I got it. But Will Howard led college football in QBR that year. And I keep hearing Drew Aller's a big boy.
Yeah.
6'5", 228. Will Howard's 6'4", 235. So he's a big boy too, right? I don't know.
Will Howard all day.
Drew ain't looked that good to me last year in
Yeah.
college.
No,
No.
he didn't.
No.
It's everyone. They all see the big arm, the ceiling, the potential, but yeah, it's got to match up on the field. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, 77% of the chat has Aaron Rodgers starting for the Steelers or being on the Steelers next year, so that's probably going to happen. I don't know what's taking this man so long. He did give us a little, we thought by the draft, but come on, just make a decision. We need to know. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the next topic, which is about the Niners and their trash draft.
You want to just deal with it real quick? Just real quick?
Okay, it was very disappointing. I wanted them to get Omar Cooper Jr. They traded back. I'm annoyed by that. They gave it to the Jets. Very confusing. And then you reach for, I don't know. I'm disappointed.
Denzel Boston, they didn't take.
Skip, close us out.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Close us out.
All right. So I'm here to tell you, for
They
your
reached.
sake as a 49er fan, that when all is said and done, I believe you'll look back and say, oh, wait a second, this was the best draft of
Yep.
all the drafts.
I'm with
You
you.
think
Skip.
so?
I'm with
Okay,
you.
Okay,
8 picks
because
out of this?
these guys,
Come on.
all I know is that Kyle and John Lynch built a roster that was so strong last year, they seemed to lose. They had 262 total games lost to injury last year. They lost their studs on defense.
Yeah.
They're playing third stringers, fourth stringers, and they go 12-5 and pull off the upset of the year in a playoff game at Philadelphia. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because they were stocked with talented players that we'd never heard of before, right? So I will bet you that every time they overdrafted every player according to the mocks. So they're mocking the mock drafts. They're making fun of them, saying, no, you don't get it. We get it.
Right.
Right? And they continue to say, no, we're going to take Stribling over Denzel Boston because he's better for us.
Yep.
He can block. He's tougher over the middle. We can do things with him. And they took that Indiana running back, and they took the other edge rusher from Texas Tech, not Bailey. They took
Romello Height.
Romello Height.
Dog.
He used to
And
be
he's
an
a
SC
dog.
too.
They say
And
he
he
got
was
the
there,
highest
he was
ceiling,
there
too.
for
What a
he was
dog.
at Auburn
And he
also.
got the highest ceiling of all of them.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying they get it. And there was a quote in The Athletic about, a general manager saying, those guys say, F all this, F your mock draft.
Right.
We just do this.
As they should.
We do our homework,
Okay.
right? We do our job
Yeah.
well. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So I loved what they did, even though I say, wow, okay. But they know.
They know.
Yeah.
And then you look at where them guys from. Them Stribling.
Big time programs.
What?
yeah.
Winning program, playoff
Yep.
team.
Yep.
Black.
Yep.
National champions.
National champ.
Okay.
Texas Tech, Romello Heights, playoff team.
Yeah.
Like they go get guys from winning programs who dogs.
Plug and play guys.
And you're going to see why. Hey,
Some older guys too, right?
Them boys
They're
be
older.
straight.
They're
Watch
older.
all three
And I
of
don't
them.
care.
I don't know about the rest
Me
of them,
neither. I
but
think-
them 3 guys right there, they gonna produce for the Niners.
Thank you,
So,
Skip. You guys made my day.
And if the NBA implemented what the NFL does, taking older guys that's ready to play right now, the NBA will be a much better product.
That's a good point. Yeah.
They'll be a much better product if
That's
they took guys that's ready to play right now instead of projections and potential and
Right.
guys that's ready to play right now, older guys, 23, 24.
And I never question.
Like
I never question
Those guys.
Shanahan.
That's fair.
John
Like, you-
Lynch,
together,
man,
what?
we don't question
No.
they draft. They
we
do
don't
this shit.
question them, but also they've never won a championship in my lifetime. So,
Okay.
you know.
But you're young.
Not that young.
And
It's
by
been
the way,
it's been a long time.
to cap this off,
Gonna be all right.
for a 3rd-round pick, they came to us and took Osa Odigizua, who he's a dog, man. He's
dog.
really
Yeah,
good.
He is.
just imagine all the things y'all went through last year, 12-5, right?
Yeah. 12 and 5.
Not healthy. You got some guys.
Oh,
to
yeah,
protect,
yeah,
You got some
yeah. I mean,
guys
we
to
didn't
protect
even
your
need-
quarterback.
yeah.
Got some guys to protect Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You address some things that you needed, like to y'all depth.
And if this was a team that was
Good.
struggling and in a rebuild and didn't
Yeah.
know how to develop talent, then sure
Good.
you could be a little more concerned. But Kyle Shanahan
In a good
has
spot.
proved year in and year out that he can win with the roster that he's given. He can help these younger guys develop. That's the most
good
important
Dang,
part.
being negative about my own team, I
In a good
feel like
spot.
Skip right now. I'm sorry.
Stop acting like
Niners.
Skip.
Please don't be that way. Listen, hey.
I love you, Kyle Shanahan.
Please
I love
don't
you,
be
Niners.
a 49ers hater.
You can't
That's your
just
team.
you can't just focus on talent. You got to figure out, do they fit within our scheme and can
Yeah.
we
And
use
winners,
them?
man.
Can
You gotta
we use
bring
them right
in
now?
Winners.
Yes.
You want to win? Bring in winners.
But I love going to the playoffs. I really do. But we need a chip. It's
y'all-
time for a chip.
They've been to 2 in the last 7
Yeah,
years.
you're
They're-
pretty
they're-
Yeah.
spoiled.
They close.
on the verge.
They're close. All right, guys, that'll do it for another episode of Gridiron presented by Underdog. We will see you back on this couch on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Woo, woo!
Whoop, whoop.